Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey.
Welcome to. Oh, Jamie's just in time.
Oh, almost didn't press the button.
He just hit the live button.
That's random. How are y'all doing? What's up?
Good. How are you?
Good. Chilling. This is a great setup. This is very cool. Sorry.
Thank you. No worries. You can. Well, let me just say this, and then you can anything you want to say. You can say it right after. Happy Monday, April 25th. Welcome to the PartyChat podcast. We've got a lot of things on the docket to talk about today. But before we do, we'd like to welcome our guest today. We've got JD. I love when the horns are working, and we've got Michael, aka Black Gay Comic Geek.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, sometimes we have to make those sounds with our mouths, but today they're working, so we're good to go. But how are you guys doing? So everybody knows our regulars, Jazzy, Dwayne, Charlie, and they'll be able to intro themselves more at the end of the podcast. But JD, for those who don't know who you are, go ahead and intro yourself. What do you do? Let the people know who you are.
Oh, hey, what's up? JD, aka Run JD Run. I should put Run JD Run down there, not just JD, but either way, gamer, YouTubers, Twitch streamer. I act and do stand-up and voice acting and a whole bunch of other stuff. So yeah, just a guy who likes to have fun and make people laugh.
Awesome. And
Fancy.
Michael, go ahead and intro yourself if people don't know who you are. Tell them who you are.
My name is Michael, Black Gay Comic Geek. I'm just a guy that likes other guys in comics. So I always say things I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the four. So, superheroes, video games, comic books, action movies, fantasy, sci-fi, and Black representation and queer representation. So that's all me. So if you interested, come pull up. Welcome to my safe haven. That's my slogan on my channel. So yeah.
Shout out to you. I love your shirt too. I just saw it.
Hey, that was the intro though, boy.
University.
Airbending University. Yeah.
I'm more of an earthbender, but that was a great intro. So really quick, JD, in the private chat I put like a link of the stuff that we're going to cover today, so you can have all the links. Let me go ahead and put it again because I think it runs like Discord.
You talk about the script?
Just so you see, just so you can see all the things. There's no script. There's guidelines. So there's no script. So JD, at 2 seconds, you have to say exactly the words that are in there. No, I'm just kidding.
I got you.
It's just guidelines. So you have all the links of the stuff that we're going to cover. But before we get into the news, how are you guys doing? How's your weekend?
Good. We saw Chris Rock this weekend.
Yeah.
Did he talk about it? I want to know.
What?
We saw Chris Rock this weekend.
Saw Chris Rock.
Oh yeah.
We saw Chris Rock at Saturday, and the Lyric in Baltimore.
And yes, he did talk about the situation.
Yeah. Dwayne,
what'd he say?
That shit was
I'm like, what'd he say? I'm curious.
I know.
Okay, so he locked up our phones so we couldn't record it.
Yeah, bro.
Of course.
When we got there, he had an opener, and he got everybody like riled up. He was a good one. And then Chris Rock came out, and then he was like, "Before y'all say anything, yes, I'm okay." He was like, "I'm okay." And then he said something later. Then he was like, "People are like, well, now people are scared to say what they want to say, like comics and everything, because everybody is too scared of being canceled or getting offended or offending whoever." And then they're like, "Oh, it's just words. It's just words and stuff." He said, "Yeah, it's just words don't hurt until you get punched in the face."
Oh dear. Yikes. Didn't T.I.? I think T.I. did something like that recently.
Yeah, he's trying to stand up now too.
Oh yeah.
And it ain't going too good for him.
It ain't, but I ain't gonna lie though, he kind of good sport about it. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
He said one joke. I swear that joke was so damn long though. I was like, boy, if you don't just get the joke out, do it. Like, man.
But I think he also had an issue with somebody, but they reconciled.
They were talking about his like sexual assault case or something like that. Whatever that sexual stuff is.
Wait,
he was like, don't joke about that, basically, and stuff like that, and like kind of like yeah.
Wait, who has a sexual assault? You talking about Chris Rock? Oh,
T.I. Because T.I.'s doing stand-up comedy now.
So, and then this girl was joking about that, and he was like, "Nah, don't joke about that, whatever." I don't know.
I'm like, dang, times must be hard. Like, what's in the music business? What's going on?
Man,
I think he's just trying it, right? Because he's someone that I don't think he has to work for the rest of his life. So I think he's
good. Yeah, this is an adventure.
Yeah, he bored.
Yeah.
Who knows? He might one day just be the greatest. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's like, because even Tony Baker, he was on Breakfast Club, because he's going to be a part of a special hosted by Marlon. That's going to be actually, it came out, I think, on the 21st, I believe, on HBO. Yeah. And so he was on the Breakfast Club, and he talked about how he had in one of his earlier days, you know, when he went out to New York, I think, or someplace on the East Coast, and he bombed, you know. And I think that happens when you start off and you do get better. And Tony Baker, he's hilarious. He's hilarious. But JD, since you do stand up and things like that, like, was it ever hard starting off, or were you just came out the game just amazing? Like, how was it for you?
I mean, I think I had a rare occurrence where my first open mic ever, I did well. But I've definitely bombed. Like, bombing is not fun. But it's not like it's what would you say, devastating? It's more just like a learning experience. I bombed at a show. It was a D. Ray Davis's show out here in LA. And he brought me up, and I didn't bomb because the material wasn't good. I just did the wrong material in the wrong room. Basically, I did like a joke about Trump, and I made him look good like for 5 seconds in front of black people, and they were like, "Yeah, nah, we're not. We don't care." And then it was worse than getting booed. It was just like they tuned me out. I would much rather hear a verbal response instead of just like, "All right, man," and then they just go talking to each other and minding their business.
No.
But no, I mean, but that was like I haven't done that a lot. Maybe like that was like one of the only, like maybe twice or something. But I don't know. I write a lot, and I actually have a comedy show tonight. But yeah, in the beginning, it's hard. Like no one's good at anything in the beginning, so it's very much like a process of understanding your voice and who you are and how you like to tell jokes and the things that you think are funny, and trying to get the audience to see the comedy through your eyes and all that stuff. I've actually done shows where T.I. was there. I've met him like a few times.
Oh, really?
Out here in LA. And nice dude. I got nothing negative to say about it. Like, if you want to try comedy, try it. It's whatever. Just do your thing. And I mean, I think the one thing that that's not clicking for him is just the etiquette, because at the end of the day, he has earned his stripes as an entertainer. So he's been successful for years. Like, I mean, I was in middle school listening to, like, you know, whatever song, Rubber Band Man or whatever the hell it was. But I just sit back and think of it from the perspective of, like, when he goes and he like drops in on shows and then does an excessive amount of time, that's where I think comedians get upset, because, you know, a book show's a book show. There's already a bunch of people on it. And it's one thing to get bumped by, like, Dave Chappelle if he walks in the room, or Chris Rock or Adam Sandler or something like that. But I think a lot of comedians get upset because T.I. goes up and, you know, will come in and do a drop-in set, which is normal, but then he'll just run the light for an extra 20 minutes, which is kind of like just kind of rude. But at the end of the day, he, I think, equates his success in the entirety of entertainment to, oh, I could do this. I could do this. That's you know, and I don't blame him. I blame the clubs and the venues that allow it, because they just want butts in the seats. They don't really care. But I don't have anything negative to say about him, because he's nice, and he's seen me do comedy and he liked it. He's like, I remember I did a show at the Laugh Factory. He's like, "Hey man, that right there, that's some funny stuff you're doing, man. All right, keep that up now." I was like, all right. You know, which is fun. So yeah, I don't know. As a comic, it's definitely hard, and you got to keep going. And it's similar to content creation. It's very much repetition. I wouldn't say it's similar to content creation in the level of skill. There's way more skill needed for stand-up, but it is consistency, repetition. Is that shots? Is that? It's not.
The whole YouTube felt that. Ooh, like,
yeah, bro.
Y'all ain't really shit, but I mean, but you real like that.
I mean, I've been making content. Listen, young bucks.
This shit like this.
I mean, I've been making content since before half of y'all had a phone. No, I'm just kidding. But
I think all of us are around the same age, and people listening,
I say it as someone who's in both. Like I started doing both at the same time. Like I started acting in like 2008 and 9. I started YouTube in like 2010. I started doing stand-up comedy in like late 2010. So it's one of those things where doing both, you very much get an understanding of, some people live and die by the edit tool. And if somebody asks them, hey, I want you to be entertaining in person for a crowd, they can't do it, which is not, it's not their fault. You can't learn. You can't learn fundamental entertainment etiquette from getting famous in your bedroom. That's just true. Like what are you gonna do?
That's right.
It's not even shade. It's just honesty. Like you know.
Yeah, that is true. That's
like like if I had a comedy show and all y'all were there and you were just hanging out watching me, I wouldn't be like, hey, I'm bringing all my homies up on stage to bomb on purpose. That'd be rude. I'd be a rude friend for making.
Don't invite me up there, boy. Hell no. Let me sit in the seat.
Away from the back. Hello.
Hell no, I'm good right here, bro.
Listen, that internet confidence will fall on deaf ears when you don't hear no response. It's just hard.
And I think that's why I couldn't do stand up, dogs. I could not go out there. I think
everybody can do it if they try.
Hell no. I know I can't.
Yeah.
Like I can talk in front of people hella good. Like hella good. I love doing that. No problem. I'm not shy at all. But if I have to get, I think it's the fact that I know I have to get out there and be funny. It's kind of like when somebody like I can cook, like no cap. So somebody's like, oh, I want to try your cooking. I'm like, hell no, because that's gonna be the time I'm gonna mess up. So like, no, get some Taco Bell, take your ass home.
I was gonna say it's no different from like a.
I think I'd have your cooking over Taco Bell. Just gonna say.
Hey, I'm
Taco hell, man. Shoot.
I was gonna say it's no different from like an acting perspective. Like there's some actors that are like great in film. Because they're doing take after take after take after take, but then you put them in like theater. Because I saw Kerry Washington live on stage, and I love Kerry Washington, but Jesus Christ, like her live performance on Broadway, I was like, baby girl, Olivia Pope, you are not like it didn't translate with her live.
Oh, I know that's who that was.
You look hurt, Christine. You look hurt, Christine.
Okay, I know that's who she was. I googled her. And I remember that meme. Okay, I remember now. I remember.
I also think it's like a difference too. Oh wait, I can't hear him.
Y'all hear that?
What is that?
I can't hear.
That boy on the washing machine.
Michael, we can't hear you anymore.
Hey, turn your washing machine off.
Somebody got their laptop on top of the washing machine.
That spin cycle going. Yes, I do stand up.
Oh wait.
I don't know.
No, I think it's a Comic Geek. I think.
Yeah, Comic Geek. Yeah, Comic Geek.
Yeah.
Is it me? Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah, we can hear you.
My washing machine.
Turn that off.
Hit your settings. Hit like your mic and then hit it like turn it off and turn it on.
Is it on rinse or is it on cycle?
I don't have a washing machine in my office. I'm in my room.
Hey, I need your help on that because I was thinking about the same thing of like having something like that, like up in the sky. Like I need that aerial view.
Yeah,
that shit is fire.
I'm a fan of having.
Hey, I got a load of clothes I need to get, bro, real quick.
We can't hear you, Michael. We can't hear you.
Did y'all
unplug your headset really quick and see if
that was like we can't hear you.
We said, hold on, y'all. This is a fun little part. This is funny. This about to be a bit that I'm about to do tonight on my comedy show. I'll be like, I did a podcast with 6 black people.
Like, boy, I was on the most nigga podcast
ever. The washing machine got in between us.
He plugged the washing machine to the computer.
He was like, y'all watch Ghetto Podcast? Because I was just on one.
Charlie, I'm mad at you. You constantly call our podcast ghetto, okay? And it ain't.
Ghetto.
Right?
Stop playing me. Look, I be watching ones my girls be watching. They be all in tune, like little nice cuts and shit. Then we get up here and get never mind.
We are fun, okay?
We are fun. We are real. We grassroots. We ain't.
No.
I thought I heard Michael. He's not back. You're not back? What's happening?
That thing wash, man.
Here, I'll remove you and then I'll add you back in and see if that fixes it.
Yep. No, that's still go.
Oh, you know what? Hey, I got an idea. Check your web browser bar. That's probably it. Check your web browser bar. The little camera icon in the search bar. Click that and see what it's allowing for your microphone and camera. That might be the problem. We can't hear you, by the way.
It sounds like a drum getting beat up.
Are you using Chrome?
I can read his lips. I'm on Chrome.
So on what you said, the toolbar, right? Not toolbar, the search bar on the far right.
Charlie
is hilarious, bro.
Okay.
Hey,
we got rid of the washing machine having sex with the dryer. We're okay.
Yeah.
So now
we can't
maybe click the settings at the bottom of the bar.
We having technical difficulties.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Listen, it happens all the time.
That's never happened to me before. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
That's a bold face.
Sometimes you just gotta get the chores done, bro.
That was
okay.
hilarious.
So you're saying
that was good
about Kerry Washington, my boo Kerry Washington.
I got what I needed out of this episode.
Christina said, "Can we get back on track, please?"
Right.
I gotta steer the train back. If I don't, then we're just off the rails forever.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
But I was saying like, because Kerry Washington, like she's great when she's in film, Olivia Pope, but like when I saw her live on Broadway, like she was terrible. Like she was screaming the whole time. Like it just didn't like because like you can talk loud and project and still sound natural, but she was talking like this the entire time, and I was like, it just wasn't. So to go on to what Run JD said about like, some people are great on camera because you can hit the edit button all the time, but like if you got to be live and get improv and like what happened today, like you got to go with the flow.
Well, give me my edit button.
It can happen. So like,
because I ain't going up there. Give me my edit button.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I edit the fuck out of video on your ass. They're like, he funny. No, he ain't.
Your edits are funny though. Your edits are funny.
I know him in real life. He ain't funny.
I think I only say that because, in my opinion, I just can't put all of my eggs into the basket that is the internet. Because I had I don't know if or when y'all were making content. I'm sure you were, but like that adpocalypse in like 2017. That kind of just bombed my channel. Like I lost like over like 500 videos that were actually bringing in cash flow, and I was doing other stuff, but my content on YouTube was specifically like paying for a majority of my bills and lifestyle and this, that, and the third. So at that point, I was like, "Oh, I have to do something else, or not do something else, but I need to take everything else I'm doing and try to take it to the next level, whether it's streaming on Twitch or uploading content
outside of the internet. It can be anything, but you better not have no one source of income.
You gotta do other stuff, brand deals, sponsorships, year-long partnerships with brands. But shit. If it's a second job, I mean, I had a second job for like 4 to 5 years when I was first doing content on the internet.
Where was you working at?
I used to be an after-school program coach. It's like that's like a long way to say you were just like a PE teacher.
I thought
it sounded like a substitute PE teacher.
It was like you know how some kids can't get picked up right on time after school.
My mom
was one of them.
Niggas,
yeah,
I know.
So I was helping kids. I was helping like watch and teach kids between 2 to 6 p.m.
Okay, yeah, because it take they have 7 p.m.
Because I used to be so annoyed with my mom because she'd be like, "Oh, I didn't know what time." Like, you know what time? It's the same time every day. Okay,
yeah, they just want
same time every day.
Break.
It's called JD Dad and shit. He's like, "I'm not your father, man. Come on."
And it's crazy. And you know what's crazy? If you think about what your parents was really doing, why they was late picking you up, because you're an adult now.
Whoa.
I know, right?
What do your parents do?
What did you think they was doing? See,
like
I got
most of them are working.
Working something else.
Yup, I'm getting something.
Working something different.
Like, come on, man, we get them kids by like 5 minutes.
I get nervous. Okay. Yeah. Some were working. Some were working. Yes. Some were working.
And one was
I'll
cheating.
just leave it at that. Shout out to Dreamer for the super chat. Christine, Jazzy, Dwayne, Charlie Goated. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Let's jump into the news for today because we have some things to talk about. Breaking news: Elon Musk is the supreme overlord now. He owns Twitter.
He really is.
Yeah.
Damn.
He now owns Twitter.
Damn.
And I made that image. I was like, hey, let me make something fun. All right. I didn't want to take
I had nothing
CNET
to do with that.
or Washington Journal's image. I wanted to make my own. So I made that image.
Nice.
So originally this was on the docket from the 14th because last time we had talked about it, that's when he decided he was not going to. He was on the board, but he wasn't going to be on the board. That's what it was, I think, right? Because that was the last time we talked about it. But then they said that they amicably both decided it's not the best thing. And now we know why. It's because he put in his bid on the 14th to buy. And as of today, and the reason I knew was because I saw Dwayne's tweet. And I was like, wait, it moved forward. And then I saw it and I was like, yeah, they accepted his bid as of today for, I think $4.4 billion?
No, it was 44.
44. Oh, yeah, that's even worse. Yeah, $44 billion. Yeah, it wasn't $4 billion, it was $44. No, $44 billion deal. And before we get into because I do have thoughts and I want to find out your take on what this means for Twitter, right?
I love rich people.
Before we get into it, this is the CEO's tweet. He said, and he's quote tweeting somebody else's tweet about how the agreement went through and they reached an agreement with Elon. And he said, Twitter has a purpose and relevance that impacts the entire world. Deeply proud of our teams and inspired by the work that has never been more important. And then Elon, he tweeted, hold on, let me get this banner down here really quick. He said, free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated, said Mr. Musk, which that's weird that he quoted that and posted that. That's weird. Okay. I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans. Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. Now, he has mentioned how he really feels like there should be free speech. That's his stand, that he's taking on Twitter. Since he is buying or essentially bought, right? Well, the ink's not dry yet, but since they've agreed to let him buy Twitter, what do you guys think that this means for YouTube, or not YouTube, for Twitter? Hashtag RP Twitter and hashtag buy Twitter are now trending on Twitter. Tell me your thoughts.
I just think that we're gonna see a lot of Tesla ads, honestly. Like how getting Tesla cars, the new Cybertruck that's gonna be coming out. They got
why not?
Chargers and the little
that's big facts. That's big facts.
Like he's gonna be promoting all of that.
That's bad.
I would too. I mean, shit. If I just got YouTube today, I think I will put my videos on the front of YouTube. Like shit, I own it now. But I honestly don't think he's gonna take it there because I don't think money is really the factor for him. I do feel like it's gonna play a part in some things that I'm gonna like keep on my own here. But I do think I'm gonna like it. What he's gonna do with it. I think I will.
Okay.
But I think some stuff.
I'm more so curious of like how it's gonna work because he keeps talking about free speech, but like people in Tesla are trying to unionize and he's against that. So I'm wondering if that goes on Twitter, if people try to talk about unionizing on Tesla, like if he's gonna allow that, free speech gonna go out the window at that point, or people start criticizing him or but like, yeah, my whole thing, I was like, if you got $42 billion or $44 billion, whatever, to drop on a whim like that, tax the rich. Like that's my whole thing. Like black people still can't get reparations. You got people over here with this exorbitant amount of wealth buying to, like, if you tax this man at 95%, he still has like $13 billion to his name. That's crazy to me.
That is a lot of money.
Hey, he earned it though.
He earned it though.
It's his money.
He did.
Did
He did.
Did he earn it though? Because like, if you're a billionaire, there's definitely some exploitation going on.
I don't think he was.
It doesn't 100% mean that.
Yeah.
So, but the concerns that I have, right? Because the aspect of, because he did say that he hopes that even his haters stay on Twitter and speak freely about how much they hate him, because that is the.
No, I fuck with Elon. That's my dog. What you talking about? I like him.
No, I'm not saying that you're a hater. I'm saying that that's what Elon has said. So for anybody with the union, you know, that should be allowed to be on there, because he said, hey, even if you hate me, I want you to still be on here and be free to say what you have to say. The concerns that I have are like, how does this play into policies that have allowed them to block Trump, you know, or, you know, people of that echelon, you know, how does this play into that?
First day out for Trump, he about to be on there tomorrow. He gonna open arms.
Oh shit!
Tomorrow.
Back on that platform, blocking him. I don't want to see it.
Well, he already blocked for me. I won't know unless someone else tells me that he's on there.
Tomorrow he gonna be. I'm telling y'all tomorrow.
I'll let y'all know when he get on. I'll let y'all know.
You text us, let us know.
But what's even more curious about is that it's a publicly traded company, and then he said he's gonna make it a private. So you know what I'm saying. So that's what interests me a little bit about that.
My thing is though, I don't even give them about social media that much to even like. I'm looking at it from a different aspect though. But I know, but some people like live on social media, so for them it's gonna be like a really big deal.
Yeah, like for me personally, I don't be on social media 24/7.
I share some memes.
It like really matters to me. I feel like it only matters to like really like the only reason why I have a Twitter account is because I'm doing content creation. Like before I did content creation, I didn't even have Twitter. I barely had anything. So
that's the same thing. I'd have been got rid of all my social media.
Like the social media thing really doesn't really affect me because I'm not on it 24 hours of my day. I'm only on it for like maybe 10 minutes and I go do something.
Yeah, do something else.
I did have a Twitter before this. I like
Twitter.
I do. I like Twitter too. It's crazy, but it's also funny. I feel like the internet lives in two extremes, right? You have the extreme, you know, all of the bad things, you know, racism, sexism, you know, homophobia, all of that lives here. But also on the other spectrum is like hilarious people. Like sometimes if I'm having a bad day, I'll go to social media to look at the funny things that people say, you know, to lift me up and to make me feel better, make me laugh, you know. The thing with Twitter that Twitter is unfortunately a driving force for companies and the decisions they make, especially when people go out canceling. Canceling doesn't happen on Instagram. Canceling happens on Twitter. And when they have those trending hashtags about cancel this person or cancel that person, people lose their careers, you know?
That's right.
And so like it has a lot of power, whether we in this room really use it a lot or not.
A lot of people be growing more from it though after that little recovery though.
Some people, maybe. I don't. Once they die off, I don't know how many people come back. You know,
I see some channels blow after they went that way.
But like, nonetheless, Twitter has a lot of power. So if you change it to private, and then I don't know what plans he has in regards to some of the things that he wants to add, but you change it to private and you really push this free speech. I am kind of concerned when it comes to the terms and services and, you know, the policies that have helped me feel protected. Like when YouTube posts something like, hey, we've got these Black creators, and then you've got the angry white mob is what I call them, when they're like, oh, YouTube Black, what about YouTube white? Or like, you're giving them, you know, all of that stuff that I end up having to block people because they end up saying racist things to me and all this other all sorts of stuff. You know, how will I feel protected? Because I do feel that Twitter does have a great banning block system and reporting tweet system. So I wonder how all that's gonna
I got 0 people blocked on all social media. I don't even be giving a damn about it that much.
I'm also wondering though, like now that it's on the new management, can we finally get an edit button? Like,
yeah, I need that.
That's coming.
Cause that be the worst. You will type something like, you like, oh, that shit was funny as fuck. And then you go back like hour, like, damn, I used the wrong there. Look at my little like, wow.
They have that. They got that Twitter Blue thing. I saw someone in the chat say that Twitter Blue is the most pointless thing ever. I have it. I pay for it. It's like $2 a month, but they let you edit your tweet like right when you're about to post it. So let's say you made a spelling error.
Yeah.
They give you like a 5 maybe like a 2-minute window after you press send to double check your tweet and proofread it. But I don't think they're going to give you like a edit, but I mean maybe they will maybe Elon will now that it's here, but that he's here, but an edit button in the future I think is something they don't do to keep people accountable for stuff that they may or may not have said.
Like you said,
I'm sure anyone who starts to get canceled would go back and be like, no, I didn't. What? I
ain't say that. But I said, praise God in the name of Jesus.
What do you mean? Love.
Say that
very,
shit.
very pro sex work. Love my queens. What? No, I never said that.
But they can do it. They can do it like Facebook, right? Well, even if you edit it, you can still see what they.
Oh yeah, you can see it edited. It says edited on it.
That's why I like Facebook version. Yep, you can see it.
Yeah, YouTube has that too for comments. If you do edit it, it says it has been edited since its original posting.
Yeah.
But maybe it was just a grammatical error, and then you just try to plead your case and not get
them the ones I'm worried about. I don't be worried about other stuff. Them the ones I be worried about. Like I don't know, because I still use Facebook, and you'll get them like it a reminder, like you did this 10 years ago, and I read it, and you be like, oh, I used to type like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, oh shit.
Nah, I recommend anyone who wants a career, anybody wants a career, please go back on all platforms and just do a quick, search for your username and whatever word and scrub dub because we weren't the same people. We weren't, I used to think that Twitter was going to be a better way for me to text my friends so I could save on a phone bill. So there was a lot of stuff that I went back and I was like, oh,
that's how like you
wait, you were
really thought this was
publicly texting them? You were publicly texting them, like putting it as
basically like he ain't had no actual phone. He's
I don't know how much older I am than all y'all. I'm 33. So when Twitter came out, I was like
21.
But I'm just saying when we and my friends started it, we were just like talking to each other on there. We had like 13 followers each, maybe 12. And nobody would. I didn't know I was trying to do anything special in the future. So we were definitely just talking as if nobody was looking or listening.
But
and then we learned how to use DMs. But still,
some people are crazy.
My friends have some wild stuff that's still on there. I'm like, bro, you better hope you become
standing on that. They standing on it. They standing.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like some people are crazy though. Like, even if you go back and delete all your stuff, like there's some people that like if they want to stab it, they'll find it anyway.
They'll
like if you saw that documentary, Don't Fuck with Cats, like
that shit was good.
I have to watch it. I'm still recovering from my worst roommate ever.
That was good. I gotta go back and watch episode 2 of the what's the name? I ain't even peeping to Dwayne told me we was talking about it, and I was like, oh shit, I missed the whole episode, boy.
Yeah, it was good.
The roommate one you're saying, or you're talking about roommate?
Both. Worst Roommate with Cass was great.
Yeah,
I mean not good. And I'm trying to be politically correct here. It wasn't what happened wasn't great, but the thing about it was the story was crazy. It's like a movie.
I know what you mean. It's messed up. We had to get like a traumatic experience from it, but it was like, damn, the shit was like told so well. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I have to watch it.
I know what you mean, but it's like,
worst roommate. That's on the docket because that issue. I'm scarred. I'm like legit scarred. Thank God I live in my own home with my husband and anything. But if God forbid anything happens, I'm living alone. I'm not ever getting a roommate ever unless it's somebody
it ain't bad
I
having a roommate, but don't do it from Craigslist.
Don't do it from
I
need a roommate. Let me go back page.
Oh goodness.
She only $20.
People like they're like, oh yeah,
she only wants the 40.
So I'm gonna go on Craigslist, and I was sitting there like, see, that's what you messed
fucked up. All serial killers on Craigslist.
Yup, for real. I had a friend who died from Craigslist for real.
Damn,
that shit is crazy. In high school, that shit is crazy for real. I mean, even when I like made my transactions off of there, like I always met up. Like we'll meet up at the mall. I had one person we meet at the police station, then we'll swap out the gang. Like boy, hell no. Like that shit is scary. But I don't use it like twice. And I realized like, nah, this is
Facebook market. What is it? Market.
I don't even trust that neither. It be meth heads on there. Like, I don't use that either. I was like, hell no. I used that shit in Arizona. I was in Arizona one time. Use that shit. I was like, boy, he just tried to set me up. Boy, if he don't get away from this car.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories about Facebook and obviously Craigslist, but I remember some dude got like jumped and killed from a Facebook marketplace sell.
Damn.
And I was like, but it's funny because that's where my wife will always be like, yeah, hey, just sell our couch on Facebook. I was like, I can't we just throw it away? Throw it away. We can afford to just throw it away at this point. Or
donate. Yeah.
I remember one time my girl, she was like trying to put the address. I'm like, man, don't you put no address? How many people coming to the house? I was like, you tripping?
Yeah.
Like, hell no. Some old goofy come over here.
I was gonna say, just because I saw a TikTok about this the other day, and I noticed it in a recent iPhone update. Y'all should go into your iPhone settings. I'm assuming a lot of people use iPhones here. Double check your location settings on your camera, because when you send photos now, they show your pinpoint precise photo position now.
On the photo?
Sneaky
it's like a
Do that right
it's
now.
like a default. It's a
Right?
now.
I'm not playing on
You
that.
just saying somebody from getting caught cheating. Like, hold up, nigga.
Well, there's that too.
But what KD say? Rewind that shit.
I'm telling you, go to settings, go to privacy, location services, scroll down to apps. It'll say camera, and then I think click on your camera, and it'll say while using, or whatever. But put it on never, because if you don't have that swiped off, then
camera. I have never.
You can.
I've never.
Oh yeah,
You can
mine is
swipe.
already on never.
Wait.
Yeah, you
So,
can
say it one more
maybe
time.
they kept it, but I remember.
Walk
I
it back
remember
one more
when,
time, JD. Walk it back one more time.
want
The
this one more
guide
time.
everybody how to do it.
It's somebody out there with
settings, privacy, location services, scroll down, camera, and then turn off location access. I don't know why that's there, but I remember there was an update and my friend sent me a photo where they were. I was like, what you doing today? Friend was like, oh, I'm at work, and he works on like as a production assistant on shows, and he was like, and I swiped up, and for some reason I could see exactly where he was filming, and I was like, what the heck? Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Why do I need to know where
I know. Why do we?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know why that
plays
default.
into the like memories, which I don't mind the memories when they're of my daughter, but it's like
everybody somehow. Y'all I like this is
no,
well, I mean, yeah,
this
that's
is
true. I mean,
real.
we all do have social security numbers. We all are.
Yeah,
just
it's
like
gonna happen. You live here, play the game.
We are.
Just win. Just win.
Elon's been known where we are.
He knows exactly where we are. Really quick, shout out to Ken Dylan. Sorry if I said it wrong. He's gonna be Iron Man next, talking about Elon Musk. And then there was another super chat. We are going to be talking about this later, Michael. You also hit me up on Twitter, but thank you so much for the super chat. The Ezra Miller situation, we will be talking about that later on. It's on the docket. Ezra Miller. We're gonna go into it. Don't worry. I have the link it's in the link that I sent you guys, the article, and then I do want to dive in regards to more things about that, but we're going to jump into that. But
what's going on?
Ezra Miller. Well,
it's a lot, bro.
It's a lot, but hold on. Let's go through something a little bit more happier before let's sandwich this. Okay. We're going to different toppings and stuff.
Okay.
So there was the Meta Quest Gaming Showcase, which happened last week. And they talked a lot about the new VR stuff that they have coming out.
Right before Twitter saw what? Go ahead.
Right. Well, no, theirs was before. Yeah, it was before Twitter sell about their stuff, which was oddly enough in the showcase, right? Because in the link that I sent you guys, you have the link of Oculus, which shows all the links or all the announcements that they had, and then there's the Verge's breakdown of the top or the biggest announcements that were made. But kind of going through some of the announcements because they had the showcase here. I'm going to show my screen really quick so we can, and hold on, I have to focus when I do this or I'm going to end up showing everything. And I don't want
that. Videos.
Jason Momoa somewhere.
I ain't gonna lie. X videos been hitting lately. They've been on that shit. I'm like, okay, there we go. Because Pornhub getting too commercial for me. Like, boy.
I was like,
they getting too much money.
What's crazy?
Over there.
When you said that, I was like Exhibit? Like he's out there making Exhibit.
I don't watch no damn Exhibit. I ain't watching no damn Exhibit.
You're gonna find a different version of Pimp My Ride on that website.
You thought this pussy was fresh? We gonna take this
girl. Let me put a bedroom. Yo, baby.
What the fuck is this? This shit kind of good.
You're gonna see a Pimp My Ride parody that you did not ask for.
I did not expect it.
Hey yo, I'm X to the Z explicit, and I'm here to lay it down.
Triple X to the Z.
Diamonds and rhinestones on the pussy.
Out here still stroking.
Yeah. Rhinestones, yeah.
Rhinestones on the pussy.
Oh my goodness.
So the MetaQuest gaming showcase, okay, that happened last week. They had a few announcements. This was like their big announcements, which was Ghostbusters VR. They had an official teaser trailer for it. We're not going to play through this, but those who are watching, you can go to oculus.com, go to their blog, and you'll see everything that we're looking at right now. But as far as are you guys big Ghostbusters fans or anything like that?
Nope.
Yeah,
No.
I was like, this isn't. I'm not.
Yeah,
it's not really
I don't feel the energy.
I'm like, even when I saw it, I was like, I don't know. He stepped away.
It's cool.
I didn't. It wasn't. Yeah, I was just like, I'll try it as the thing. But they had Mark Zuckerberg come out like either right before or right after. No, he came out right before it. And you know what I realized? Because I've never watched anything with Mark Zuckerberg. I just read the news about the stuff that he said and then like the announcement when he changed it to Meta. When I heard him talk, I was like, oh, the voice doesn't match what I thought he would sound like. It's just like he's got this like deeper register. And I was just like, okay. Yeah. I'm surprised at the bass that was in his voice.
A lot of Ghostbusters. He talks very strange. It's very.
You talk like Kermit. You talk like Kermit.
Yeah, he does. He sounds like Kermit. He sounds like Kermit meets the Lizard Man. I don't know. I used to work for him. I worked on a show on Facebook Watch for a year, and he was in the chat with us one time, and I was like, the big boss is watching. That's good. That's why my checks look nice. That's great. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting platform. But yeah,
I would love to meet Mark Zuckerberg.
I think that Ghostbusters would be dope though in VR. Like just thinking back, like in the sense of like VR, you'd be able to do the ghost trapping stuff and whatnot. I think it could be fun.
Like the sucking them into the machine thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be fun if you're a big VR gamer. I don't do VR as much as I should, or at least as much as I used to. But I think that for people who are actually big on VR, that's probably going to be a real fun game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're going to be jumping back into it. Because of one of the announcements that's going to come up here. But Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is chapter 2. I didn't play chapter 1, but I do after seeing the trailer for chapter 2. I feel like the act of like actually acts, well, it wasn't an axe. They had like interesting weapons, it's kind of like Dying Light-ish weapons that they have, where it's like, it doesn't look like a regular knife. It's like a knife with things on it, Mm-hmm. So like the act of stabbing and shooting them, just sounded so wrong just saying it like that. But like the zombies, I think it will be a lot. Have you guys played The Walking Dead Sinners and Saints, the first one?
Yeah, I played the first one. It was good.
I haven't played it.
I think Jazz, that's when you was playing with Dwayne scared your ass, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that damn short you put up.
It was I played that game and I accidentally killed somebody and I was supposed to save them and I was trying to take out like a map or something to help him, and I accidentally axed him in the head and killed him.
Oh my gosh. How do you accidentally stab him versus taking a map? I have questions.
Because she's a psycho. We know that.
So, it just happened.
But no, I did something like that similar. I played Dying Light 2, and I was supposed to save somebody from a zombie apocalypse. And the zombie was like right on him. So I swung my axe and accidentally decapitated the man I was supposed to save. I was like,
oh my gosh.
My bad, bro. I feel that.
So note to self, if you're trying to take out a knife or your map, be careful because you might just kill someone instead of actually looking at where you're supposed to go.
Cry like TT said, Jazz, girl, you need a therapist.
I feel like I had mistakes like that.
I read it like that.
Until Dawn was a game where I would accidentally kill a lot of people.
Until Dawn. But it brings back, my heart hurts when I think of Until Dawn. But I'm looking forward to play the Quarry.
Oh, the Quarry, yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's Bone Lab, which I don't really know a lot about this game, but it's something where it says escaping execution. You'll find yourself in a mysterious underground lab. You can uncover the truth about your reality. There's fighting, running, climbing. It's got like parkour like stuff in it. So that'll be fun for a lot of people with It's going to be released later this year. So keep your eye out. This is something I'm actually looking forward to. The NFL Pro Era. I didn't play a football game since high school because I used to play Madden a lot in high school. But in the Pro Era, you're like on the field and you're like, you can throw the ball. You could be the one running down and do the touchdown. And I'm just like, that would be a lot of fun for me to say 32 and like throw the ball and like them catch it or not catch it, depending on how well I throw. But,
So like a VR football game?
Yeah, but you're on the field. So it's not like your Madden where you're like sitting back and you're like just calling plays and kind of running some of them. You're on the field.
I don't play sport games. I don't care. I was just asking like this. Like,
well, for those who care.
Without any CTE, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
Now this
is the thing that we got a group text about. Okay,
now that's gonna be fine. Who said the group text about this?
VR. Justin.
I know. She said that shit in all caps. I know. Damn, we gonna play.
I'm ready to murder. That's what she said.
Right? She's ready to lie.
Because this will be a horror game now. Like it's not even just a regular game.
It was a horror game before.
How do you play it? How do you play it without?
So scary.
How do you play? How would you play Among Us VR without giving away who the imposter is? Because what if you start screaming once you start getting chopped up or something, and everybody's like, "Oh, now we know."
I don't think they can hear you though.
They probably gonna have it like the proximity chat, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they didn't really show the imposter's POV in the trailer, just more so you seeing the crewmates run around, and then somebody was in a vent. So I do want to know, like, is the kill fast? What's the kill animation going to be? Because we know how it looks like on regular Among Us, but are you going to be like shooting them and then they die?
Like you just doing emotion and shit.
Yeah, hey, what if somebody walk up on you while you admit mid-kill?
You looking at me?
You just stand at their ass and you run after them.
Trying to catch them before they go to the
boy, I'm gonna get to really running in my damn room, boy.
Yeah, that's something I was gonna say. Like, how's it
Dwight, come here, nigga.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, how's it gonna work in terms of VR? Because in the original Among Us, like you can see your entire surroundings.
Yeah,
like, if you peripheral, like how you know if there's somebody behind you or whatever, like, and you kill them. It's like, nah, you nigga, you caught.
You're gonna have to like
do
this.
Right.
I think they gonna figure it out. But I think it's gonna be interesting.
What you looking back and forth for, Christine?
Right, you look a little annoyed.
You look a little sus, man. What's going on? You like this?
Why not scared to be you turn around and you see one of them in your face, boy. This is about to be a horror game for real, dog.
It's going to be scary now.
You about to be doing a little dishes, turn around and in your face.
Hey, Charlie, where's your background, bro? Why you near that vent, Charlie?
I'm gonna throw my VR off. I already know that shit gonna be scary, boy.
I'm gonna be automatically.
I'm throwing that one
as soon as y'all see my color in the hallway, y'all gonna run. Watch.
Stop the cat. We already know I'm getting accused for everything.
I do want to know, like, if all the new things they added recently are gonna carry over, like, shape shifting.
I don't like that shape shifting stuff, dog. I don't like that. That's bull.
It's fun. It's fun.
No,
especially when you know.
It ain't fun because most people in the game they gonna do. They mostly about the person want to get out anyway. So like, bruh, like, come on.
Yep.
It's fun. It's fun.
Like, I'm gonna transform into Jazz, kill Charlie, and then Christine. I'm be like, I don't know what happened to him. And then,
what were you saying, JD?
I haven't played Among Us since 2020, so I'm out the loop. I stopped playing it after the hype died down for a little bit, and all the people I was playing with kind of moved on to other games. But I want to play it again. The VR sounds really fun.
You must came this ball with an AK or something.
we revisit like every so often with it, and in VR I think it already is kind of scary now, but with VR I think that's going to take it to the next level. One thing I do want to think of, like, I want to know, like, if you're the imposter and going to the vent, like, am I going to be like playing as the viewers see me, I'm just going to be like this, crawling through the vent and then like to push the door to get out. I'm interested to see it. You know what? Bye. Hold on. Okay.
Oh my god!
All right.
Playing.
They also announced Red Matter 2, which I don't know that much about this game.
Hashtag Red Matter. We got another one. We got another
that's
hashtag?
not the same thing.
Okay.
Not the same.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and leave.
Which this one has to do more with space. stuff with the solar system. I am paraphrasing. Like I said, people can, if you really care about space, you can go there. Charlie, where'd you go?
Oh, Charlie ain't paying his
Charlie,
internet
nah,
bill?
he left
He
on
said, he
purpose.
said he was going to leave. He said he'd be back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then we also have Aspire 2, Moss
cool.
Book 2, which Moss, the first game, was really, really cool on PSVR. Super cute and a fun adventure. And they're bringing that to Oculus or MetaQuest. I got to be mindful of the terms I use now.
They were little.
Runes. Yeah. Runes, Magus. I don't remember how she said it. Magus?
MAGA.
I'm back, cuz. I'm good, cuz. I was tripping.
This man.
All right.
It's gonna be a VR JRPG.
Ooh, let me see. Is it turn? Let me see. Let me see. Wait, what game? What game is about?
Runes.
Magus. Wait, click on that. Let me see. What's that? I've heard of that. It's VR. Never mind. If it's VR, never mind. I don't care. Never mind.
This man.
Yeah,
Yes,
never
it's
Yeah, I'm not
It's
gonna play
a
a whole
VR.
RPG game in VR. That might
Hey,
be.
that's the next evolution, bro.
Yeah,
I
You
know.
gotta do a little
VR
exersize
is-
while you playing. Ain't
Yeah,
that
we
wrong?
all gonna be Ready Player One soon.
I
like-
love,
Very,
see,
very soon.
I love VR,
Yes.
but I can't play it too much. It hurt after a while. You get nauseous playing that shit.
Hands on your knees in VR, be like, damn, bro, I need to work out more, man. Shit.
Oh, I think about something else, boy. I think about something. Oh, okay. Boy, in VR getting knocked up, boy. What up, Dwayne?
Have y'all
Oh,
seen? Y'all seen Striking
You talking
Vipers
about
on Netflix?
Yeah, you talking about the thing on
Get some of
Wait,
this
what is that
virtual
one?
reality pussy.
you know,
Mirror.
Black Mirror. Where Anthony Mackie,
Where Anthony Mackie?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Him and his homie.
and the
him and his homie would
Black
have
Manta.
sex in
And
VR.
Black
Yeah,
Manta.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh.
that was an interesting episode. All right, so going to Cities VR. Now
What
I know
Beat Saber they got? Oh, go ahead.
nobody else will really care about this but me. But
No,
I
I love
used to play
cities. Yeah, cities is fun. Yeah.
Sim Cities, and this is like you're the architect. You're on the ground. You're building the city. You're doing the design.
That's kind of cool.
I love task-like games, and
Yeah,
so
me
this
too.
is definitely
Like,
up
I
my
like tycoon type games. I love like
Yes.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Roller
Oh,
Coaster
I
Tycoon
love
type
Roller
of
Coaster
joint.
Tycoon, dog.
Mhm.
That used to be my joint back when
I played the hell out of
That's all-
Tycoon
You just sit there
games.
and build a whole thing, and then it gets destroyed.
Tycoon, dipped in sauce.
This thing gets destroyed.
well, you could do this
Like,
with
damn.
the city. Then Beat Saber, they have some new
What's this one?
tracks.
Is it an EDM mix?
electronic
electronic.
mixtape. Yeah, Dead Mouse, Marshmallow, Pendulum.
Let me see.
I
And
love Beat
more.
Saber, bro. Beat Saber so fun.
Yeah, I
They
love Beat
also
Saber though.
Have a Fallout
Yeah, I
Boy
played on
music
Expert.
pack coming as
I
well.
play on Expert
I need
too.
to- You said what?
I play on Expert too.
Let me see. Oh yeah, you got to.
know.
If you play anything other than that, you trash.
Nah, expert.
I need to
Boy,
play.
I've been asked for the expert, boy. Ooh-wee.
Like, boy, I be going
And-
crazy.
The
I wasn't
last
even-
announcement we have is the Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries.
Damn, another one.
Yeah, and another one. They're like DJ Khaled with these Resident Evil
Man,
remakes.
Them
and
and
restuff.
GTA might as well be best friends. Like, what the fuck going on? We get one more Resident Evil 4, dog.
We gonna have a remake. They're definitely
No, they're definitely
having a
doing a
This
remake.
is the remake of the remake.
The remake
Oh,
for the
are they
remake.
doing
of the
another
remake.
remake of
Pretty
Four?
good though. They're pretty fun.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
you
they're gonna-
mean?
yeah, they're gonna do
This
like
game
a
came out like 30
PS5 version.
times. I love it though, but
The remix or the remaster of the remake.
like this is the
My mind is spinning.
remix.
I'm like,
Right.
wow. And my dumb ass gonna buy it again too, though, so it don't matter.
Now, the
I
next
will
remake, I
not
know it's gonna
confirm
be
nor
fire.
deny my purchasing of this
I
one.
agree,
on
King
PS5.
Corey. Yo, we do need a Code Veronica remake. Man, Code Veronica was so fucking good. I like Code Veronica.
Code Veronica's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one because their puzzles were legit actually like hard, bro. Like I was like, because like when I played it, it was around the time where people used to like buy strategy guides and shit because they didn't have a line. But even though I couldn't still get those though. So like you legit had to know like, dog, I don't know how to do this. So I used to have to go to school, ask my friends like, yo, you beat this part, boom, boom, boom. Right now when he said go home, try to that shit work. You be stuck on that part for like an hour, dog. Like the puzzles in that one were so freaking good, dude.
Those were the good times, bro. When you couldn't do
Man.
shit and you had to ask your friend for some help.
Yeah,
And
I was
they-
like, I'm stuck.
You had that one rich
I know
friend.
my
He
friend
had
is
the
Google.
motherfucking book, or he had the Game
Yeah,
Shark.
you
One of my
can't-
homies had a
you
Game
can't look
Shark.
it up.
I never had a Game Shark, dude. I wanted one. I never had one.
My homie had a Game Shark. That I said, how the fuck you get Mewtwo? Like, I
Like,
was geeking out.
ooh, like man, I always
What's a
wanted.
Game Shark?
It's basically it was like a cheat
Yeah, it
code
was
for
like cheat
every like
code.
you basically connect it to your game. And it was basically like just getting all the cheat, but not even cheat codes. It was like you could legit
Good
low key
code.
mod shit. It
It
was
was
like
hacking before
Yeah,
hacking for
yeah.
console
Really?
gaming.
it was
You would put
fire.
if
Yeah,
it
it
was,
was fire.
if it was an old school enough console, you would put a Game Shark cartridge in and then put the game
Mhm.
on top of it, and then
Yeah.
you would go in and the net code, well, the back end of the game, basically the code of the game would have all the things you could toggle on and off, like God mode, big head mode, this, that, and the third.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And if your homie had one, he was the man. If your man had the Game Shark, he was the man in your class.
Yeah, Blockbuster used to let you rent them. They had them there back in the 90s.
Well, we used to like the low budget video stores. We never go to Blockbuster.
Oh, Hollywood Video?
Yeah, we couldn't go there neither. We had one called Michigan Video. We had one called Jumbo Video.
Oh, those are the local ones. Those are
those are pops.
They got turned into
my mama had no $5 to rent no tailgate.
How much were you renting at those ones?
It was like $2, and then if it's like a real old game, you get like 100, like 150 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It was cool though, but yeah, I mean, it still was a game. I still could rent the fucking. It's still the same game, but.
Yeah, Arcane Chris in the chat mentioned the one I used to use this for my Nintendo DS for Pokemon Action Replay.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I would download them into my Nintendo DS and 3DS, and then some of them would come with like pre-built, like your Pokemon would be statted up so they couldn't be beat. I remember my friend always telling me,
cheap.
And there would be there was like a move on one of my Pokemon called Wonder Guard. So every time you attack, like the attack would just go around me, and it'd be like, Wonder Guard is activated. You can't.
I would have fucked your ass.
And my boy would be so mad. He'd be so mad. He'd be like, "Dude, you're cheating." I'm like, I just got.
Bro, you just haven't got farther.
Bro, I just trained, bro. All I did was train. I can't believe you trash, nigga. There, cap the whole time. You ain't put no training in.
Beat him with a level 1 Clefairy or something. Like,
Wonder Guard activated. Oh no!
I swear.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this move got 100% hit. Oh, Wonder Guard, nigga. Boy, you can't touch.
Don't tell Nintendo. I work with them now. I've never hacked in my life.
You be on that looking trying to get your Pokemon Wonder Guard. Like, where's this move at? Where's this move?
I should tell you that I have advised them to watch the podcast before, so you know.
Let me get that Wonder Guard move, bro.
But Markel,
that was back before I worked with them. They didn't know my life.
Markel the Walker mentioned this would be actually pretty good for VR. Dead Space.
Oh man, they having a remake. They're doing a remake.
That would freak me the fuck out. That's one game that needs to get remade.
It is.
Wonder Guard. I don't want it.
It is.
No, sir.
Okay.
That game was trash as hell. I'm sorry.
You said Dead Space trash.
That game was trash, bro.
Wait, when are you gonna finish it?
What?
That shit was more. I gave it like an hour, and I was like, "Yeah, this."
I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree, bro. That game's scary as shit. Scary as fuck.
That's funny. So for the next thing, you're thinking about Wonder Guard right now. We have the Saints Row customization showcase, right? Which they had last Wednesday, or Wednesday. Well, I think it was last Wednesday. That they had, and it was like this. And I'll play the video like as we're like talking. No sound though.
Isn't Saints Row like another GTA kind of?
That's what I was going to ask you guys, because I've never played it.
It used to be hella dope, I ain't gonna lie. But I think I started falling off once they started doing it. To me, it's like the Fast and Furious of games. Like no cap. It was fun, but they legit started going out of space and shit. And it was like it turned. I don't know. It got weird to me. So I was
like, they went to superheroes and aliens and stuff like that.
It's the Fast and Furious of games to me. I kid you not. Look, bro, about to hit by a train. Look, he just
right. And eat it. Wonder Guard.
I never played. I'm not a Saints Row person either. To me, it's like a parody of Grand Theft Auto. Like that's its purpose, to make fun of that genre of game.
That's what it looks like, especially when you see the customization that you can do, like to great degrees. They're talking about this beautiful chocolate drop right here, and all the things that you can customize of like his clothes.
I'm not gonna lie, he's thick. He's very thick.
He is like he could be on the hug calendar for sure, because he looked like he give good hugs.
I was about to say something else. Go ahead.
Hugs, just hugs. But you can customize.
Okay, King, yes.
Good head.
Right?
That's what I thought.
Yo, did that man's arms open up like Batman? What the fuck?
Right?
Spider-Man.
Okay.
You can customize details to like the hair, even layers on the hair, where you can do
do they have
colors.
black woman hair? That's the question.
They did. They showed a couple of.
I'm looking at it right now. I see my cousin got that shit right now.
No, no, they do actually. They're because I don't know if it's in this video, but in the next one that I could put up, you do see like it's actually like a great braid. Like she had like cornrows into like a bigger braid type of thing. So they do have some details. You can even change the sizes on different sides of the face. That's like how detailed you can get into
I'm trying to make my character
customization.
look the ugliest as possible. So you like stuff like that. Like
that
it
guy
can
right
be
there?
funny. Like it'd be hella funny, bro. I love it.
Yeah, so like you can yes, even the cyberpunk thing.
Oh
you
yeah,
can,
you give it a
cyberpunk thing.
little choke.
The cyberpunk thing too.
Cyberpunk.
the cyberpunk thing too.
Oh, I'm running
Although
around
that
with the
eggplant was
eggplant
very
and
small. So
prosthetic
I was
leg.
like,
I was about to say if that's covering it. what
Yo,
is
why
that?
does trailer look so bad? I mean, well, I know it's not the trailer, but I mean, like, why? Okay, never mind. That shit said Ryan dirty. Get out of here.
okay, but yeah, you can also customize your car to great details, and not just your vehicles, because they're gonna have boats. They have, I think, helicopters.
So what is
They
like
even
an
have,
online mode?
So I don't know, because this showcase was just about the customization. I still don't know what the possible story is gonna be. Like, what's the plan in the game? You know, I don't really know any of those things. They didn't really show that during
Do
the
we know the
showcase
frame rate?
of the game. I don't know.
I think it's just a video because she's like transcribing it to us.
I know.
Yeah. It's streaming to you guys and to the stream as well. So, you know, y'all can just go to the link. I gave y'all the link so y'all can play it yourself. You know, I gave you 2 links. Okay. I prepared you.
I'm doing the shot noises because Charlie won't stop.
What you mean?
Right.
What?
You don't call it. You don't do the shot noises on yourself. Dude, over here talking about like what the frame rate. That frame rate. Look at that thing chugging. Damn, golly, shit. Who's potato? What we talking? Like damn.
I tell that. You gotta throw out the real jokes.
You gonna do the shot noises? You gotta do them on yourself too.
Right?
Come on now.
Right?
But you added extra jokes in there. Really roasting this shit.
But yeah, so it's still set to come out. I think it's this year. Hold on, I think it has the date in here. I'll just scrub to that. It should be around here.
I like the level of customization though.
Oh, yeah, I would get lost.
Customization their car customization is fire, dude. I used to love doing that part, but yeah, the game.
The 8th of this year. Okay.
August 23rd. 2022.
I wish most games will put the level of detail in like their customization because like a lot of the create your own character games like.
Can we speak on Elden Ring? Let's talk about it.
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
No black hairstyles at all.
No black hairstyles. Yeah.
We can't even get an afro. What the fuck? That's the goal.
I was looking for it. I was like, let me see if they got afro.
That game's never been for us.
I gotta get.
They don't want to play in that game. The fact that there's so many large content creators of color who are playing that game, Elden Ring is like, this isn't our demo. What are you doing? Get off our game. They looking at the homie Afro Senju's videos every week. Like, stop. No. Stop it. We don't want
waves. He gonna be like, put some waves in there.
Ain't never been a black hairstyle in a Soulsborne game. Never in their life.
That's crazy,
bro. They do not care.
Man,
they just even when you change the skin color,
gonna buy it. No.
Even when you change the skin color, if you do a black person, it just looks like a white dude in black face. That's what it looks like.
That's what. Yeah. In my chat, they were like, "Oh, you just made a brown white person." That's what they said in my chat when I streamed.
What's Beyonce said? The Jackson nostrils, like they don't got no black nose, like nothing.
Yeah, it was.
I got a white man nose.
They need to throw some 360 waves in Elden Ring, bro. We need some mods, bro. The modders come to save us, bro. We need the modders to come on and do that.
Have there been any mods yet?
I gotta check.
Oh yeah. I think
Sifu had mad mods.
Play one. Sifu
has mad.
No. I'm thinking Sifu.
Yeah, Sifu had mad mods.
One of the modders out there to save us. Give us the high top fade. Give us the 360 waves. I need it all, bro.
Devs are blocking all that.
They said we gonna stay white.
Fuck.
No, cut that.
Wonder Guard on ethnicity.
You want diversity? Let that shit go right around you.
Right.
Yeah.
This ain't 2K.
This ain't 2K. Like damn.
This ain't 2K. Sorry. Go to my part.
I mean,
You better go to the part. My part.
Because remember how we used to drink Cristal, and then they were like, this wasn't made for rap videos and stuff, and they're like, F it, we ain't go drink your stuff anymore. So it's like,
I ain't never drink Cristal. I can't have no money.
I mean, I never did. I don't even know where you buy it. Probably a liquor store, but I don't know.
I think I was 13 when it was being pushed to me in those music videos. So yeah, no, I didn't drink that. I didn't drink that, and couldn't get an Escalade with spinners at the time. Wish I could.
Damn, everybody
really
had spinners. You could always tell who sold weed, yup. Because everybody had them motherfuckers. Like, especially when you see them like on a Monte Carlo, like, yep, that boy booming.
That's funny. So the next thing, Ghost of Tsushima.
You're making a movie? Oh,
yes, they're going to be making a movie. And it's going to be directed by Chad Stahelski, who also made the John Wick movies. He directed them. So I think look-wise, we could be into good hands.
You said Chad who?
Chad Stahelski.
Giga Chad is directed by
Chad Stahelski. It's written by Takashi
Doshi.
No.
How does Christine? How do you do this? You do this weekly?
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta deal with this shit weekly. We gotta talk about these boring ass shows weekly.
how about she gets interrupted weekly? Damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's strength. It's strength. But no, so one of the things I do want to ask you guys, right? Who would you cast for this movie, right? Because they haven't so far. Cast hasn't been announced yet or anything like that. They just announced the writer, and the director so far. So who would you cast for Ghost of Tsushima? Because I know Dwayne, Chaz, I know you guys played it. JD, I think did you play some of?
I did.
Yeah.
I would cast everybody who's in it already. All the actors who portray those characters. They should definitely just get all those characters to get their roles back. Like the guy who plays. I forget. I should know the main character's name. I haven't played.
Jin.
Jin Sakai. Jin Sakai. I think a girl from Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is like she plays that one character in the movie. I don't know in the game, but I think I would just get all those people back on it if they are available. Personally, just make it authentic.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But do you know they're gonna get Chris Pratt as Jin, bro? Like, come on now.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God, please.
I don't hate Chris Pratt, but I would hate if they did that.
Oh, you said make Chris Pratt.
Hey, Hollywood, bro. It's
they're gonna get
might as well. He's Garfield and Mario.
Scarlett Johansson to play.
They gonna get The Rock as the adversary dude. You already know Hollywood about to do it. Come on now.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like the talk about whether, because this is an all Japanese movie, right? Well, in the Asian area, because you have the Mongols and the Japanese and the samurai, and I know there's debate on Mongols and the Chinese Japanese. There's all that.
Oh, they're Mongolians.
But okay, but yeah. So maybe who like they? The American way is to insert a non-authentic person into the movie, maybe a white person. Do you think that they would do that? Do you think they're going to stay true to the source material? What do you think?
I think
you hyped for this?
I would hope so. I'm just scared. Hollywood, Hollywood, like on a serious note, like Hollywood really does like keep it in the family. Like I can't stand that.
Tom Holland. That's another one.
Tom Holland, Jin Sakai.
Tom Holland. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like they don't like if you're not in, you're not in. Like they like Hollywood. Feel like we should have more stars than we have now. It's like the same people over and over again. Like I don't know, JD, can you name some new stars, like new Hollywood stars? I see the same ones over and over again.
No, it is the same one over and over again because you're right. Hollywood definitely has. I mean, it's funny because in the next 20 years, the concept of celebrity will probably be way different because I don't think it'll matter, and you'll have probably some of these stars that you know of today who are young and up and coming, like I don't know, Michael B. Jordan or I don't know, Pete Davidson. I'm just naming ones that are popular and whatnot. I think Hollywood is like allowing certain stars to branch out, like the girl who was in the oh my goodness, I forget the movie, but she just won an Oscar for I forgot what the what's it called? Story? Oh my goodness, the one where they're running in the street and it's like Latinos and whites.
West Side Story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm an actor. I could not remember for the life of me, but I mean, it's just that there's gonna be those like A-list movie stars for the next like 10 years. Unfortunately, a lot of them passing away. That just happens. Time is going by. And there will be a new generation who's allowed in, but it won't matter because the youth doesn't care about that. And that's what brands and companies and money care about. So 20 years from now, like the superstars are YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagram, whatever, Twitter, Elon Musk Twitter affiliates. I'm not sure.
Right.
But
I got my crypto.
Right. But
I'm ready.
I don't know. I don't think Hollywood's gonna butcher this. I mean, I think they will. I think there's pieces of it that can get messed up. But if they want to do it right, just hire all the. I'm looking at the cast on IMDb. Like Daisuke Tsuji was the main character. Eric Steinberg, Sumali Montano. You would be better off hiring them. But if it's a thing of we need people. It's funny, they won't cater for video game adaptations. Just never work unless the studio genuinely likes the video game and puts the time.
Which brings us to our next thing, which we'll talk about in a second.
Like we complained our way into a decent Sonic the Hedgehog universe, but they would have made that movie the way it was, and we would have got one, and it would have been trash, and it wouldn't have sold well at all, and there would not be a sequel, a third one coming, or a spinoff with Knuckles. We that was the first time I've seen the internet actually do good in entertainment industry.
Same thing.
They listened, and then they were able to get a sequel.
Yeah. You also have to have people who respect the source material. That's why Marvel is like successful, because you have people who are fans of the comics taking stories that you know and love and adapting them in a way where you're not going too far off book, but you're telling it in a new way that can have semblance of the original stories and the original source material, but then also develops into something new where you can mix and match universes that probably never would be mixed and match. And that's why you got, Sony butchering all of Spider-Man's IP, like, Morbius and Carnage and all this stuff, Venom.
Yeah,
I couldn't even sit through some of those movies.
I'm scared. I'm scared for Craven.
We got Kraven the Hunter coming. Like,
but hopefully there will be someone there who loves it enough to do it justice. Like, don't get me started on like the Halo TV show. Like, I thought it was going to be good. And then I start, and mind you, I'm a OG Halo fan. Like, that was that is one of my favorite games ever. Like I'm Halo over Call of Duty any day of the week when it comes to first person shooters. And that and Smash Brothers are mine. So it's so sad to see that they originally wanted to make that story back in 2002 when the hype was really big for it with Steven Spielberg and turned into a film. I think that might have even done it justice, even though it wouldn't have probably looked as good because it was, older technology. But you got this generation of producers who just think they know better. And as a person who works in television and also behind the scenes on projects like that, I've seen it. Like, I've seen producers try to give me a note about how I should perform, and then I'm like, and then I'll be like, but you're supposed to be just making the back end money decisions. Don't worry about what I do. I was like, I know what I'm doing. Unless if it is a good suggestion, that's great. But I say this from having experience. You don't realize that a lot of producers, executives, and network suits are just failed entertainers. They all have tried to be on camera talent. Not every single one, but a lot of them. And because that didn't work out, they worked their way into the background of the industry because they probably feel too entitled and privileged to be told no or rejected. They just sit back and they're like, well, I'm not going to not work in this industry. So let me go behind the scenes and screw things up. So that's how you end up with, Ghost in the Shell. You got that Dragon Ball movie. You got Avatar: The Last Airbender getting butchered. You got all our favorites getting
Resident
destroyed.
Evil. Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, Resident Evil.
Oh, that was so good.
I like some of the Resident Evils. Yeah.
Death Note. Oh God. Oh,
that was so fire.
Oh, stop it, Charlie.
Yeah.
No, that shit was fire. You talk that Netflix one? No, for real, that Netflix one.
Shut up.
Oh, that shit was so good.
He playing.
Keith Stanfield was in there as L, bro. That boy was on his chair.
I was like, oh, they need to do another one.
Defeat me, like Yagami.
They need to make a sequel.
I mean,
I will say I was happy to be introduced to Lakeith through that.
I like him as an actor. He's a great actor.
You said
a lot of people are pushing for him to be Gambit once Marvel does X-Men.
I think he could pull it off. I think he could.
After The Harder They Fall, I think he could pull off Gambit. But the accent,
I was gonna say, I want to hear the accent.
I need that New Orleans though.
We don't want Halle Berry in the 2000s X-Men's vibes. Like,
right. We don't want the Storm, the non-African Storm or non-Joy
Every
Storm.
other sentence, he's got to say "Mon Chéri." I got to hear that. I need to hear that from the X-Men cartoon. But yeah, I don't know. That's Hollywood though, in a nutshell. They just think they know better, and it's super frustrating. Like the producers and showrunner from the Halo series said they never played the game because they didn't want their interpretation.
Okay.
They said they didn't want. They said they didn't want their interpretation of it to be.
I love rich people
with source material, and I was like, wait. What? That's not how. Like, why would you? Why would you
into
do
Pedro?
That?
Oh God!
Yeah, it's really sad. It's super sad, especially because Jazzy. You know, I'm sure you watched it. I watched that first episode. They definitely bait and switched us in the first 20 minutes. It was actually kind of cool. They had like a crazy fight scene. I'm watching humans' limbs getting blown off by freaking plasma pistols, and I'm like, that is not that strong of a weapon. I don't know why it's blowing them off, but I was cool. But I kind of liked how gruesome and like over the top it was. And then you get to like the middle of the episode, and you're like, wait, what's happening with this show? And then you get to the back end, and my man John 117 takes his helmet off. I was like, wait.
That's my thing.
Even if you wanted to do that, do it on the last episode. Don't do it on the first one. Do it on the last one. If you want to take that bold of a choice,
you gotta milk it.
Don't do that immediately, and then continue the series. And this man will never wear his helmet. I'm like, I need.
Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't wear it anymore.
Oh my God! There's so many scenes where he doesn't need to take it off, and it's always gone. And he's just like, he's like, Halsey, I don't understand. Why can't I remember my life? Cortana, get it. Him and Cortana ain't even friends. That part just messes me up. He's always yelling at Cortana. Cortana's like, hey, Chief, can I help you out? And he's like, get out of my ear, lady. And I'm like, yo.
My face, bitch. Wow.
I'm like, stop yelling at her. I'm like, y'all, what?
I feel like that's also like a vanity thing, right? Like an actor wants their face to be seen. They don't want to be like, because there's been rumors that even with Pedro Pascal, like he's getting tired of wearing the helmet.
Mandalorian.
But there's a difference between.
It's not about you though.
There's a difference between your face wanting to be seen and you like, because I don't think that's an actor's choice. I think that was a producer's choice, because a producer or a director is telling them, hey, we're going to have you out of the helmet, so don't worry. An actor who respects the craft of acting will put that helmet on and wear it like Pedro does in Mandalorian, and it's completely fine, because it's not like we don't know who you are as an actor. You've already killed it in Narcos and a whole bunch of other projects. That
Game of Thrones.
And that's the thing. You'll save that pivotal moment to show their face right at the end when it's like, oh snap, is gonna break his Mandalorian code and give us a better story. But I don't know, these people with Halo, and I feel bad because they sent me like some free product, and I was like, thank you for the hoodie and the hat, but I want to review it when it's finally over. But it's just sad. It's sad because they didn't make a show for the fans of the show. They made a sci-fi show with a lot of pieces of a video game that they use for free publicity and marketing to try to get a boost in their viewership, which just didn't work. Just make a Halo show about Halo. It's that simple. Just adapt.
And this is what kind of puts me into the next thing about Last of Us. So Pedro Pascal was doing press. He has the movie with Nicolas Cage that is coming out or just came out. I'm not really sure yet if it's out yet. And he had an interview with, I think it was GQ or Vanity Fair, one or the other. And he talked about how he didn't play Last of Us at all. That he tried to play a little bit of it. He couldn't. He said that he sat there for a little bit while his nephew played it, and then he had to leave Florida. And so I'm like, I feel like what's frustrating, right, is that he says his quote is he wanted to create a healthy distance from, as far as creatively, so that way the actors, they don't want to imitate what they say. They were emulate, not imitate, right? Is like a phrase that I've heard before. And the thing that frustrates me is you essentially didn't do any research. You just got the script. And kind of off of what JD just said, I feel like the reason that this is being made is because there's a huge fandom. Because if there wasn't a huge fandom, they wouldn't be like, hey, let's make this show right now. The game just came out last year, the year before, the second one,
Mm-hmm.
And so even though they have Neil Druckmann involved in the show, and they have another gentleman or another person, I don't know what they are, involved in the show as well. And he's like, his statement includes the phrase, oh, they're in good hands because they love it. It's your responsibility too, to learn the material of what you are going to be portraying. And that's a question that I kind of leave to you guys is, how much research should one actor do when they are in a live action portrayal of a video game? Because honestly, for me, I feel like it's disrespectful. I feel like because if they were doing Shakespeare, right, they were like, hey, we got to do a Shakespeare, they would do research on how to do like extensive research to make sure that they do Shakespeare justice. But because it's a video game, you've got Uncharted, you've got a lot of other things that came out recently where they're not really putting in the research or the respect for the content that they are going to bring to live action. So I'll pose this question to you. Are you upset that he never played the game or doesn't even really know the game at all? Yeah. Or are you like, it's cool?
Because it's like, if you're saying you don't want to imitate, you want to emulate. How do you even know how to emulate the thing? You don't even know what it is. Like, you don't even know what it is or who they are, what their personality is, what they like to do, none of that. But there's people that's out here, like the Nathan Fillion dude, that could be doing it, that knows, you know. Wait, Uncharted. My bad. I'm thinking
Uncharted. No, I get them both mixed up too.
Uncharted. I was thinking about Tom Holland and Uncharted. My bad. But but yeah, it's like that. It's like, how are you gonna, like, because some people like even like with the DC movies and stuff like that, like some of them like look back, like the source material is there. That's the thing that gets me. It's not like it's like a new original story where you don't know who it is and then you try to emulate it the best as you can from the script. Like, no, there's actual things you can look at and already have a head start on, and people already know this character and everything. So it's like, if you want to do justice to the character, at least read up on what it is instead of just being like, oh, well, I'm gonna go in and make it my character, not the one that people know and love. It's gonna be somebody I just make up. Like, no.
I'm coming at it from a little bit of a different standpoint, where I don't necessarily have a problem with him not playing the game, because for the most part, an actor can only do what you give them on the script. So like, for example, if I'm Chris Evans and I'm casting Captain America Civil War and I go read Civil War from the comics, that don't got shit to do with the movie that we got. So it's like, I done read and did all this research, and it's like, it doesn't like what I read and research doesn't translate. So we also don't know what they're going to do in the show, because a lot of times, like even what like you mentioned with Halo, it's like it's Halo in name only, but it's not the actual source material that you get from the game. So I would more so have a problem if the writers, the directors, the producers, everybody that's working behind the scenes have never played the game before, because they're the ones that are crafting this universe.
Exactly. If I'm just an actor, like shit,
if he's just because it's even something with Star Wars. There's a chick, I can't think of her name, but the showrunner that's doing one of the, like, it's a Sith show that they're doing. I can't think of the name of it, but the showrunner was like, yeah, I've never seen a Star Wars movie. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, like, you're the showrunner. How are you making a Star Wars property if you've never seen Star Wars? So like that
don't make no sense.
Because I have money, baby.
Exactly.
I think
Elon Musk?
Money drives. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because it's not passion that drives these projects to getting built. Nope. That's not what it is. Like, Sonic did not get made out of passion. It got made because they sold the license and people were like, well, this has like a fan base. If anything, the fan base is like enough, gives the studios enough validity to think, oh, well, we can make this because someone's going to watch it no matter what. Even if it's bad, someone's going to watch it because someone is in love with this story that's already been told. I would say for Pedro Pascal, I don't think he has to necessarily play the entire game. I think it would be nice to watch maybe like a YouTube video that explains
a gameplay or something.
I can't imagine he didn't at least like Google it. I'm sure he's Googled it. I don't think he needs to sit back and play the entire game, because I will be honest, the game is long as hell. Both Last of Us 1 and 2. And I could see him saying, I don't want to, change my process of an actor, because hopefully, like you mentioned, the people on the back end, showrunners, writers, directors, producer, they know hopefully some of the lore and will ingrain that into the story. But I think it's just the fact that Hollywood just thinks that like fans are dumb. They just think that we don't know any better, and what we like might be childish to the point where it's like, oh, hey, okay, you know that thing that you saw before? That's good. Now let me show you how it could really be cool. And then they take an L because they think they know better than us, which is just messy. It's not hard.
It's stupid.
It's very stupid. And you don't have to make a one-for-one adaptation. It doesn't have to be the exact same story beats. Because even I think us in the theater would be like, oh, well, I know exactly what's going to happen here in the next scene and this next part and this part. So you can mix it up a little bit and change things around. But I think it's just disrespectful when you think you know so much better than the audience and the original creators to the point where you're like, oh yeah, we're just using the name and the characters to like rope you in, but we're making a completely different project. So
oh damn.
And it's like you would get more money if you stuck closer to it, or at least, you know, knew about it, researched it, and bring us something closer to what we love, because then it'll be successful because it wouldn't bomb, right? If it's, and I'm not saying, like you said, it does not have to be beat for beat, but like, don't just throw it away and just use the name, because if you actually research the material and make something amazing, then a lot of people would go to theaters to see it, and word of mouth. It wouldn't bomb on Rotten Tomatoes and all these reviewers that review it. And then more people will see it, word of mouth, and then it will do better. And then you'll get more money to make another one. You know, it's like, they don't really think long term. It's just like, hey, let me just shoot this baby out. And then it sucks.
Also, I think don't make projects. I just hate when they make projects from the perspective of this is going to make money. Like I personally don't think any video game should be adapted into a movie, because the video games are their own movies. So you don't have to do that. No one was asking for a Sonic the Hedgehog film. Nobody is asking for an Uncharted movie.
I do want to Overwatch shit,
huh?
So I do want to Overwatch shit though, but I agree with what you said. I know what you said. I do agree.
If you have the passion to create a good version of these films, then go for it. But don't just make a Super Mario movie because you saw Sonic do well, and then hire a famous white actor to portray this little Italian dude. And now you're in a weird predicament, because if Chris Pratt tries to put on a little weird Italian voice, that might be a little racist. That might be a little awkward. And now you're forcing Mario to come into the movie and be like, hey guys, it's me. You know, hey, Luigi in the background. Ah, what the fuck, Mario? Like it's gonna be weird.
Oh, Charlie
it's
Day.
Weird,
yeah.
And you got
Charlie what?
Charlie Day is the actor that's playing Luigi.
Oh. Yeah, but you have Charles Martinet who's around who could do it. But you said no. Now we got a high pitch.
Yeah, why didn't they choose him? Why didn't they choose him?
He's gonna do various voices, but he's not a draw. He's not gonna. People think Mario's not enough of a draw. That's the problem. I'm like, really?
You don't
Super
see their
Mario is the draw.
Mm-hmm.
Like people, like the producers behind the Sonic movie and Paramount, they think Jim Carrey is the entire draw of the movie, not the character that we all grew up with.
What?
That's true. I'm
for
sorry.
real. What are they living in a bizarre world in Hollywood? Like, what's going on?
No disrespect, Jim Carrey's amazing, but it's like this generation didn't even grow up with Jim Carrey. So the generation,
yeah, these people don't know.
Yeah, the generation that grew up with Sonic is already passing down the lore of those games because they love them so much to their kids, which is like our generation's kids. So the kids will go watch it because the parents are excited to see their little blue hedgehog in the theaters. You don't have to pitch us up with like a huge Hollywood star's name thinking, oh, that's what's going to sell tickets. I'm like, bro, I'm here for Tails. I'm here for Sonic. I'm here for nothing.
Tyler Perry.
What are you talking about?
He gonna be a Mario. Oh, that shit would be funny.
Would you say Tyler Perry and Mario?
Never mind. Never mind.
Oh, it's like, wait, what?
Never mind.
All right, so I wanted to talk about the Ezra Miller arrested thing, but I do want to get into Moon Knight episode 4, so we can talk about that, and then maybe next time we could talk about the Ezra Miller thing.
Yeah, this Ezra Miller shit look dark. I was reading about it. This shit look dark. Why we want to talk about this?
It's crazy. Well, no, the question that I wanted to pose, it sound when I was reading it, I was like, this sounds like the worst roommate ever. Like this is like one of them stories you'd hear in that show.
The whole game, but from what I'm reading, I'm like, why the hell
about it? So we might as well go into it.
Oh my god, you want to talk about? All right,
yeah, he want to get into it. That's why he's like, yeah,
we got it here already.
What's the story?
Okay, so Ezra Miller, he got well, let me change the banner. It still says, there you go. Ezra Miller, he was arrested again. So in March, he got arrested for, and I put the link in it's a Vanity Fair article in the links that you guys have.
I think that's what I was probably reading.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff happened. and not even just with March. Apparently, and I'm gonna paraphrase because there's a lot, right? Apparently, in 2020, he had done some speech about the KKK that had people clapping, and it was this weird thing, right? And then, recently, he got into a fight in Hawaii. Well, a disagreement, right, in Hawaii, and threw a chair at a girl that
identifies as they them. So
wait. He got to argue with her, and he threw a chair at her.
Because his pronouns their pronouns are they them. Ezra threw a chair. There was an incident in Hawaii where they were at a residence and they threw a chair and it hit a lady in the head, right? And she had like a cut on the head, and then they were arrested. Ezra was arrested, and then before that, Ezra was arrested like a couple weeks ago because at a bar, Ezra was very like belligerent to patrons that were there, and they were singing karaoke, and it became like a heated, like vocal situation. And then Ezra was thrown in jail, but they got bailed out for $500, right? Or they bailed themselves out, I'm guessing, because I'm sure that Ezra has $500.
Yeah, that nigga got found out. Ain't nothing.
Right. So apparently there's been a lot of things that has been going on with Ezra since 2020 until now, right? Apparently Ezra grabs a woman by the throat, and a
young boy.
a lot of things. So
this sounds like he just live in jail.
When I was reading this, I was like, this reminds me of watching The Worst Roommate Ever, which I watched yesterday, like all of the episodes except for one. And so,
but I don't know what's going on though, so I don't know his story. I don't know.
Right. I don't know what Ezra is
this could be one of them. What'd you
going through or what's happening. The question that I do want to pose is kind of paralleling this, because in the Vanity Fair article, the last thing that they say is that Warner Brothers executives have decided to pause future projects with Ezra. They mentioned that Flash was already filmed, so right now I'm thinking Flash is still going to continue. They're not going to pause Flash, but anything future that Ezra is working on, so Flash 2 or whatever, any Justice League, whatever they might be planning, is going to be paused. And I think of this in comparison to like Will Smith, and run with me for a little bit before the jumping starts happening. But like with Will Smith, we know about the famous slap. And after that, there were a lot of things. Like each week there was like some type of punishment. The resignation from the Oscars, whether I know some people don't think he was the one that came up with that. It was the Oscars, but he said he did it, as far as resigning, right? And then he's banned for 10 years. And then Netflix announced that they're, pulling the projects that they had with him, or those might be on pause or canceled. And the question I want to ask you guys is, when is the punishment enough? And we're taking out things of like murder or things of like, thinking of like the list of what Ezra has done, as you can read in the article and the things that I mentioned, and then knowing what Will Smith did with the slap. When do you think that the punishment is enough for, and this is just a question I'm posing for conversation.
I ain't gonna speak on this topic.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys? Like, thank you for not sharing, but the rest of you guys.
Charlie, one of them people who in chat like, hey,
quick.
Hey, chat, I'm about to leave. I'm about to go. I'll be right back.
I ain't. I'm just letting you know, like, boy.
Charlie got them comments don't make no sense.
Yeah, right. I'm not about to get everybody canceled. So
you ain't gotta say nothing there. He just yelling out, I'm not talking. Just letting y'all know I'm not talking.
Said, what are y'all?
My thing is that if you
I ain't speaking on it.
If you're doing some criminal acts, there's going to be consequences, and I don't feel sorry if you get those consequences.
Ezra seems like a Hollywood performer who is caught up in the sauce a little bit, I don't know, ego, whether it's entitlement, possibly doing drugs, whatnot, because all of these, there's a lot of reported abuse cases on him. So if that's the case, I think it's interesting how they are not being subjugated to real punishment. But then you have Ray Fisher, who talks honestly about how production works on a WB film and is cut out of his role entirely and cannot play Cyborg again. and is somewhat almost like blacklisted from even being in the industry. Luckily, a lot of people stand up and spoke out in Ray's defense, but
way later.
Yeah, Ezra just seems to be getting a lot of privilege out there in Hawaii, and I suppose it's just a hey, whoops, sorry y'all, I was high on cocaine again tonight. I guess I hit somebody. I don't really remember. I'm on some Moon Knight stuff. I don't know who that was. That wasn't me. What?
That was Mark.
And yeah, and now Ezra is just in the news, however often, but WB's sitting back saying we want to finish our movie, so they will probably just get a slap on the wrist. We'll finish this film and then we can fire them and stop making these films that don't open up into any type of universe anyway. Because no one can stay consistent over there. But no disrespect, I would love to still be in a WB film. So DC, holla at your boy. I'm just saying, I still want to be in there. Put me on.
Not even just Ray Fisher, but it's like hypocrisy in the fact that like look what they did with Johnny Depp. Got rid of Johnny Depp for Fantastic Beasts.
Oh yeah, and he in some shit right now.
Yeah, he's still in court. Like everything's still not litigated with everything.
The stories have been crazy.
But yeah, Ezra has whole ass like restraining orders against them, and was caught on camera choking somebody and slamming them on the ground, and like, but yet, and then even if they decide to go with the flag, it's like how is that promotion going to work? Because there's no way that you can shield the topic of the restraining order or the fact that what happened to Ezra in Hawaii and beating and all this other stuff that's going on around. So it's like the whole, it's just going to be marred by the press and everything like that. It's just going to be marred by all of that. Like, so it doesn't make sense. Like, honestly, like I feel like now the Discovery owns Warner Brothers. They just need to eat that 200 million and just be like,
oh. 200.
Yeah, we got because I don't see how they're going to avoid any controversy by keeping Ezra as the Flash, especially considering more stuff is coming out about them.
Yeah, I think they'll just play dumb. That's what studios do when they don't want to acknowledge their people are making mistakes. They'll what? Who? What? What? We got all these movies coming out. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. So I'm sure they'll play dumb and ignore it because of accountability and lacking rules and whatnot. It's unfortunate.
Dwayne, what about you?
Oh, I'm like I heard like I know like I'm the type of guy that's like you can do anything like as far as speech, but it's when you start hurting people, and I'm like, what? Like, did he know the girl that he choked out? Like,
and I think it was a fan. I think, but
what the fuck?
Damn!
Don't quote me on it.
So like,
goodness,
there needs to be punishment. Like, what you're choking out fans now, and I don't believe in violence, and like they're going crazy in Hawaii, and I don't know if it's because it's in Hawaii that they're so lenient, or if like he did that like in the main states, because how they treat America treats the the other islands and stuff, Puerto Rico, our territories and stuff like that, So I don't like. There's so many variables to it, but there definitely needs to be punishment. I know it shouldn't get away with that.
If you just attacking people, like, come on, bro. Like, is that the story? I mean, is it like a story behind it, or is it legit? Like, you just see on camera, bro, just spaz out, walk up to her, get to attacking.
Yeah, we don't know the full
I'm sure
story, but
we don't know it.
Crazy, this dude, crazy.
Yeah, because I was reading. There's like a list. There is also like Michael was saying and JD was saying about the restraining order. Oh, okay. Well, I'll read this. So then on March 29th, the couple filed a restraining order against Miller, claiming the actor had entered their home, threatened them, and stole a wallet and passport. But then they later dropped the restraining order. Your face is so funny. It's wild. Is this like a wild
so he
story?
Walked in who home? He walked in who home?
So Ezra walked into so they walked into a family, a home. So it's like a couple, because I don't know who.
Just
they didn't name who the couple
or
is.
like some more actors.
They didn't mention who the couple is in this article.
Okay.
I'm sure if we do a deeper dive, maybe we have the information. But a couple said that on March 29th, Ezra entered their home, threatened them, and stole a wallet and passport. Which I don't understand why Ezra would even need those things. That doesn't make any sense.
Like looking at all the mug shots,
people are weird sometimes. Like why
I don't know, man. I remember like Dave Chappelle was saying like I forgot who you talking about, Martin Lawrence or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was saying like he's like something about like Martin Lawrence being naked in the street, or like something about like Hollywood itself like being like sick or something. I don't know. I don't like, because what drives you to do that? Like I don't understand. Like what the fuck? That just sounds crazy.
I definitely think there's got to be some drugs involved. Like a lot of people in the entertainment industry are on coke
or something, right?
Or crack or something like.
Something has to like go in somebody's house and fucking take their wallet and strangle
things you don't need. Things you definitely don't need.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, this sounds like it's one of them stories where there's more to this. Like what you gonna do with that?
And I do wonder how this also affects the any other Fantastic Beasts as well, because Ezra is also in that.
Oh no,
you have the Johnny Depp thing.
Ezra not gonna be in no more.
Like,
you said in what movie?
Like,
they getting cut.
Fantastic Beasts.
The Harry Potter prequel.
The Harry Potter adjacent film. Don't worry
probably
about
ain't
it.
Gonna be any more Fantastic Beasts anyway, because the movie was trash. Well, not trash. It wasn't great.
Oh, was it? I haven't seen it yet.
I personally liked it.
I like the
you liked it.
It was the best of the. It was the best of the three, but even that's not really saying much, at least for me.
Yeah.
Well, I never read the book. If they have the book,
no, there is no. It's not based on.
For these, there are no books.
Yeah, it's no books.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
I thought it was fine though.
All right, so to our last thing, Moon Knight, episode 4. Michael, you've been on the podcast before. Ain't nobody talking to you. Have to get off my phone. Okay, so she be so nosy. Like when you trying to talk to her, she don't want to listen. But when you ain't trying to talk to her, she all up in the business. Yeah. Michael, you've been on the podcast before. JD, this is your first time. Typically what we do starting off, we say what our rating is of the episode. So a number out of 10, and then like a word or phrase to state like our thoughts on the episode. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with Jazz. We'll just go in order. And you just say your number and then what's your phrase that you would use, your word or phrase. So go ahead, take it away, Jazz.
I give this episode a 9 out of 10 moons, and I give the word is it's definitely word is gunshot.
Gunshot. Okay. All right, Dwayne.
Same thing. I give it a 9 out of 10, and the word is hippo.
like a hippopotamus.
I have questions. Yeah. We're gonna get into that. Charlie, what's your rating?
0. I didn't watch it.
Okay. All right, Michael.
I give it maybe like a 6.5 out of 10, maybe 7. And what word would I give it? Questions.
Okay. JD?
I will give it an 8 out of 10. And a word, convoluted, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I like the show. I like the comics. Really cool though.
I'll give the episode I'm also in the 6.5 out of 10. And my phrase is awkward kiss. Okay. That kiss was hella awkward. My face could not.
Like I was supposed to be. Well, we'll talk
right. I was about to say, I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I know, but we'll get into it. So that was our non-spoiler part, like our phrase. We are going to get into spoilers. So if you haven't seen the episode, you have been warned. It is. We're just going to dive in, right? Mm-hmm. We'll start with the pros or cons. Let's start with the pros, and then we'll jump into the cons. The pros that I have for the episode, you had more action. Granted, I feel like this should be the Layla show. I think that Layla is such a great character, and I think that her execution of fighting, she has swag, she has action, she has more oomph. And I'm tired of Steven. You're
tired of Steven Grant.
Yes.
Okay. When he turned to Mark, I was like, okay, Zaddy, thank you for coming back. All right. I appreciate you. Yes. I like Mark. I like the gristle and the grumble and the torn and dark, life and past and what have you. But Steven, I'm just like, stop talking, please. Just stop. Especially when you think of last episode, time out, time out now. I was like, oh gosh, please stop talking. What are your guys' pros of the episode?
I was gonna say I feel you on the Zaddy because I do have a Poe Dameron body pillow, so like I'm all about Oscar Isaac.
He is. When he's Mark, I love him. Steven, I don't love him so much.
But like for me, okay, so I guess I technically have 2 ratings. So like for the episode in and of itself, I did enjoy this episode, and I thought it was the best out of all the 4 episodes. And like there was a lot going on, and you know the action, and finally getting a little bit more backstory with regards to Mark and the potential that he possibly killed Layla's father, or the murder of Layla's father is why they even really kind of met, because he felt guilty and all that other stuff. But the problem that I have with this episode more so is just the fact that we're already at episode 4. There's only 6 episodes of the season. Khonshu's already locked up. More than likely we're not going to get Khonshu next season. We still haven't learned Mark's backstory. We still haven't learned how he's Moon Knight and everything like that. Then we still got to go on to the story of Harrow finding Ahmet, and that has to be wrapped up. And then all of the other stuff about like how did he get DID with Steven and the other and then also the tease to the other personality, Jake Lockley. We still haven't gotten that, and there's only 2 episodes left, so it's like there's no time for everything that we see. So that's the problem that I had with more so just the way the show structured, more so than the episode itself. It's just we're already at episode 4 and we still have a whole bunch of questions. Like at this point we should be answering questions, not still raising more questions by this point. So that's my biggest problem. What I'm just like, okay, because it's like, yeah, we still don't know what's going on, and like there hasn't been enough Moon Knight in a Moon Knight show. So I think that's
are you telling?
Yeah, that's my biggest problem.
Like I feel like the issue is like when you see him in the suit, you barely see anything with him, like with him actually doing stuff. I'm still really upset that in the second episode where he's like, okay, I'm like, oh, we're gonna get to see some action. He puts on the suit as like the regular Moon Knight and then runs, and I was like, what? Like you should be fighting.
I said that the first time we was talking about, I was like, the show looks like it's gonna be good. I was gonna actually give it a chance, but I already knew it was gonna happen. Like it's gonna go that direction. So that's the same reason why I left it, because it was like, I think episode 3 was the end for me, because I was like, dog, we're getting no Moon Knight, and he's not even, when he do come, it's like he's like there for a little bit, do a little bit, make his exit. Like this is boring. Because
like Young Boy Dynasty said, episode 5 is supposed to talk about Mark's backstory, but then we still haven't met Jake Lockley, the other personality. Like there's still just a lot. We have to get Layla's backstory and then to connect her father and all. Like there's just too much that has to happen within 2 episodes that I don't see it being wrapped up perfectly, more or less. And it kind of runs with most of the Marvel shows. Like a lot of them have pretty much disappointed me by the end, because Marvel is doing it where they're literally writing these shows as 6-hour movies as opposed to writing it as television. So with television, yeah, you have a season arc, but every single episode still has a beginning, middle, and end. And you didn't really have that for this. Like there was no beginning, middle, and end for this episode. It just started and then it ended. And you're just like,
did it end? Let's jump into Miss.
That's what I mean. Like it just ended. Hot credits. Boom.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I was like, do you guys think they're purposely making these shows not as, because they know the movies are like their bread and butter and that's where they make most of their money? You think they're purposely not making them as good as the movies?
I would hope not.
I would hope not.
Yeah, to keep it kind of little.
Going. Yeah, because I'm like we witnessed like when I became a Marvel fan, like legitly when Captain America and Winter Soldier came out, and the fight scenes to those are like excellent. And then when you have the Netflix like shows like Daredevil, that hallway scene is amazing. Why not get the same people that worked on these things? Prison scene with Punisher, amazing. Why not get those same people to work on these shows? And like I'm just trying to understand, because I was excited going in. I thought it was going to be like more. They said they was hyping it up, saying it was TV-14. There's going to be more blood, and then they cut from the action, and they did it. Okay, the first episode, cool. Then they keep cutting from the action, and then when we finally get him in his suit looks amazing. We're hardly ever getting that. Like the scene where he takes the thing and like the second episode and throws the jackal onto the thing. Great scene. Where's more of that? I don't like, I'm starting to think like maybe it's all a setup for the movies. Like it's just, whatever. Like, at this point we know we established a fan base and stuff like that. And we're just leading these people to the movie. Like I'm starting to question it.
I don't know. where the blame falls, but I agree with you. I feel like Netflix did it. Netflix took, if Netflix had done this, or if the people that were running the show, like you brought on the Daredevil, the Jessica Jones, the Luke Cage, which were all, well, okay, Daredevil was a great solid show. Luke Cage has some problems, but it's still a good show. Jessica Jones, you know, it's where you fall.
First season was fire.
Yeah, then it kind of, we're not going to talk about Iron Fist and Defenders.
That was the one blip right there. But
y'all don't like Iron Fist? What?
You like Iron Fist?
What? No, I don't. But it's just funny. It's funny. It's funny because like I don't think they're considering. I think the thing is the way that we talk about what we want, they're probably just going about these shows in a way to set them up for you to have more of an establishing background compared to putting everything in there at once. Because I think they did that with Eternals, and that was too much information, because that was trying to explain an entire different quadrant of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. My computer just crashed, or I lost my.
We can still hear you though.
We can still hear you.
Yeah, there you go.
Am I still here? Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
There you go. Yeah. We see you're here.
The washing machine didn't come after you.
Washing machine demon coming through.
Oh no, he's gone.
You need to write a comic about that, man.
I couldn't hear what y'all heard, so I didn't even know.
We know.
All we heard was like it did sound like a washing machine.
A horror washing machine.
Do you have laundry going? Did you have laundry going?
No.
I got kicked.
There you go.
We see you.
Them Disney ninjas, they was looking for me.
They heard you. It was like, take out his internet.
No, but I don't mind them taking their time with stories on these Disney Plus series. I think a lot of them have been good. I wasn't a huge fan of which one was that one? The Winter Soldier one. I didn't love that one. That was all right. But I don't think it was bad. I think that it just I don't know. Probably should have came out in the different order, because it was supposed to come out before WandaVision, but then it got pushed back during COVID and all that stuff. But I don't mind them showing us Moon Knight the way that they are showing us, because they very much are putting us in the middle of his story, and then they'll do go backwards and tell the beginning in the next episode or the following one. And I don't think it got picked up for a second season, right? Or
no, I think he signed on for this to be its own thing.
Yep.
Okay, so then it's probably just an establishing story for him to be introduced into the MCU and maybe go into a film or two, or get a season 2 that can continue his story similar to Loki.
But he also didn't sign a contract for he didn't sign like any of those elongated contracts that they've been giving for MCU. He just signed on just for this.
Well, that's what we know. I'm pretty sure they're not going to tell us everything up front.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, if that was the case, then we would know every end cutscene. We would know who's going to be at those end cutscenes that we see and be like, oh snap, what's her names is in there. You never know. But I don't dislike Moon Knight. I think it's a character that they're just taking a chance on to see how engaged audiences will be, because Moon Knight is like Marvel's like Batman in a way. They have a similar origin story and similar stuff. They're about justice and trying to I guess unleash it on people who are bad. And so far the show to me has been shown off in a way where I'm interested. I like it. I will watch, and if they do a sequel, or excuse me, a second season, I would watch that. Or if he's in a movie or two, that'd be good as well. But I don't think it's moving too slow. I think it's just that there's not enough general fans of the MCU who know the background. So because of that, you're not seeing what you usually would like to see from a MCU related project fast enough. But I think if you show it off too fast, you get Eternals, which gave us way too much information in 3 hours. So then you're all over the place, and you're kind of getting bored with what feels like a side story that they just made specifically for money. But I kind of like that movie as well. I like
the Eternals. I think they didn't make us care enough about the characters. I
don't think or the villain. I thought the villain was cool.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, the villain was cool, but it was like
then they like farted on him at the end there.
Yeah,
I think it was just so they could establish it, though. I think there's projects that I think they just make so that they have a reason to tie it back later in a bigger project or something like that. So Moon Knight could be one of those. I mean, Loki could be one of those. Season 2 could then spin off into Loki coming back into the films in the future. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge Moon Knight savant. I've read some of the comics back in the day, but I think the way that they're explaining it is cool. They definitely have changed it for the movie/TV run based off of other YouTube channels that I've watched where they explain like, oh, this is like very much specifically for television and movies. They're not telling the story we know beat for beat. So I think it's an interesting take on the character, and who knows if it'll, I don't know, end up being successful or a great film, but if you or a great TV show. But if you don't know enough about it, I think it's like that's the part that makes you say like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I want to see him fight more. Where are his little moon boomerangs? I want those. So
I could use less of those, to be honest. It's the way he's like chest throw. I'm like, I want more action. Yeah, that's the thing. I want more action. You have my thing is like, I understand like, hey, this is supposed to be introductory, right? But I have zero faith in this because we only have 6 episodes. The episodes, even though the episodes in this show have been longer than the other ones, that we didn't get no 20-minute episodes this season so far.
Why actually grabbed me? This was good, but
yeah, but it's like I feel like I would have more faith if we were let's more longer episodes and more in the season, you know, not just 6 episodes. 6 episodes, the pace that you're taking is not enough for me to really be invested, you know, although I am somewhat invested in this, right? But like I don't care for Steven. I could literally do with 0 Steven at all. But in the course of the show, like Michael was saying, there's a lot of questions. Like I have questions about Harrow. Like, what is his story? Like he used to be what's his name? Pigeon Face. Yeah, he used to be
Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar. And now how did he switch place? Like, I feel like for him, some of the things that they did to really flesh out his character have been really well. Like I still am now. I'm Team Layla and Harrow. You know, not Team Steven or Khonshu. But like I feel like at the end of season 3, when I'll just call him Ethan Hawke, when he looks at Khonshu in the stone and he was like, "You were my torture, but I found my own victory." I was like, yes, you know, say it to you're the person who tortured you. It kind of reminds me of like the abuser type of thing. And honestly, for me, it paralleled. I don't know if I should say this, parallel to some accounts that are happening in the news right now, where we got stories before where we thought one person was the villain, and then we learned from the course of this court story that it wasn't exactly how we thought it was, you know? And that's exactly how I look at this with Khonshu and Harrow. But I do feel like we need more action. Like and I am disappointed. I'm disappointed about the blood, right? When you see the blood, I think it was in this episode or the last episode, where it just looked like he had like, I don't know, like mud on his shirt. It didn't really look like it was actual blood. And it doesn't have to be this super visceral thing like, you know, the prison scene in Daredevil, because that scene was visceral, bruh. Visceral. It doesn't have to be to that level, but give me some action. They said that this is supposed to be like Batman. The Batman was even more terrifying and much of a way better executed situation than this was. And with that one, you didn't have like crazy Michael Bay special effects or anything like that, you know? So I feel like it's very possible to give us a well-paced story with, you know, swag and action that I love from the Marvel, you know, from the MCU. And in this, we're not really getting it.
That's because episode.
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay. That's because it felt like episode 1 was clickbait to me, because I ain't gonna lie, when he was doing those flash kills, because I never get into these shows with y'all, and I was like, oh, this looks freaking amazing. I was like, it's about to be like some crazy Mortal Kombat kills type of ish, and it was like I never got to see it. Now I thought maybe it was like, all right, they preparing us like these kills about to get crazy, so I'm like, man, they getting us prepared or thing. Then episode 2 came. I'm not even gonna lie, 3 I didn't even really watch. But I fell asleep, and then when my girl watched episode 4, I was like, yeah, I think I'm done at that point, because I gave it 2 episodes, but one was
I agree with you on like you would think like they'll do something really creative with the flashes, right? So like let's say one scene they're on the ground, one scene a guy's arm is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna make it spicy, you know, instead of just black cut they on the ground just knocked out. Like come on, make it spicy at least for us, right?
Yeah, were those people even ever dead?
Maybe that's the thing I thought they were gonna do, and with the whole idea that now we have the Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist shows on Disney Plus.
Right.
They have a whole TV MA section, and that happened literally a week before Moon Knight premiered. So I'm under the assumption, I thought was like, oh, this is not a coincidence. That means Moon Knight is going to be way more brutal than we've ever seen in any of these MCU shows. Because in the comics, Moon Knight is brutal. So, like I said, things I love in my fan is blood, sex, gore, and magic. So, granted, I wasn't expecting any gore, but like I was expecting it to be almost Daredevil-esque, and it kind of wasn't. But and it's not to say it has to be or whatever, but like, yeah, Moon Knight is a brutal character, and you didn't even make it as brutal as like the Batman.
Yeah,
that's because that's because it's Disney though. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, I get that, but then why have a whole MA section like TV?
But look,
Disney Plus MA
because they want to own their IP. Because at the end of the day, let me
interject though. When you was, but remember, Disney was owning Winter Soldier, and you felt when Winter Soldier came on the screen, you're like, oh shit. Like Nick, like let's be real. Like when you saw Winter Soldier pull up, it wasn't like, oh nah, like this is sweet. No, it's like, oh my god, like this is an actual threat. He was destroying shit. Cars getting blown up. Samuel Jackson was getting destroyed by the Metro Police. Like these, like, and I live in DC. They actually had the cars of DC, and those weren't them. And so you're like, who's this? And they're actually like it's their boxing, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't give me that, I can't have nothing less. I just can't. I don't know why. Can't have nothing less.
I don't think the fact that I knew once it was Disney still ain't gory like that. Like it ain't bloody like that.
It doesn't have it. It doesn't have to be.
I was gonna say, if I'm comparing it to stuff that I watch that is like that, like Winter Soldier is a funny one because that came out. Did y'all watch martial arts movies at all?
Yeah, yeah. Like
y'all ever seen the Raid Barrendel Raid 2? Okay, so
Raid Redemption.
Yeah, Raid Redemption. Well, there's the Raid, the first Raid film where they're going up in the house or whatever. They're going up in the apartment complex,
like Judge Dredd.
Raid Redemption. Raid Redemption came out when Winter Soldier was around. And I was so like not impressed with Winter Soldier because I had just seen the Raid. And I was like, bro, Winter Soldier is mid as hell compared to the Raid.
You can't compare the Raid.
You can't compare them. But I'm saying, you know what one company's making compared to another one. Like they got a mature section on Disney Plus, but that's just because they want their projects back. Netflix produced those films, so or TV shows. If you wanted Moon Knight like the way they did Daredevil, you're not gonna get it from Disney.
Hell no, you ain't.
Disney got Mickey Mouse. Disney got little kids to make happy. At the end of the day, a lot of these projects are not for us anyway. The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's the thing that sucks. Really
sell to adults. They're selling them kids on the Marvel Universe and on the toys. Like that's what's the name? That's a little Mickey Mouse right there. So I don't think you'll ever get that version of a comic adaptation put on their back end. That's not gonna happen because Disney is trying to bring everybody
for real. Because man,
No, and here's the thing. Hold on, I want to
get them kids. Them kids pay them bills. They not worried about y'all. They over here looking at your podcast.
It's the parents. That's the thing. No, that's the thing. When Disney announced, hold on.
And they trying to tell you to sell those.
They were selling to adults because one of the sells that they made, right? Because they knew what they was doing. We've seen MCU shows before, like S.H.I.E.L.D. and the shows that they have on ABC. And one of the things that they announced when they were announcing Disney Plus is, hey, we're going to put money into our shows that we're going to have on Marvel. Kids don't care about money. That's a sell that we're giving to the adults.
They put money into them.
They are putting money, but that's what I'm saying. They lied to the adults because the kids don't care if there's money in the productions. That statement of, hey, we're putting money and they're going to be movie production TV shows. Kids don't care about that. That's a line they gave to hook adults in to buying into the system, only for them to poop on our faces with the ish we've been getting.
But that's because y'all are the original kids. They are selling to your nostalgia that will be passed down to the children of today. Again,
I was an adult when I came across these things.
It's just a floor. Either way,
I'm just little.
At the end of the day, that's what they're selling to. Like, I don't have all these. Hold on, can I switch cameras?
Go ahead, switch them.
I don't have all these goofy ass toys. All this merchandise in my office for no reason. This is for me, when I'm ready to turn my channel into a kids channel, Run JD Run Kids, I can't wait for that channel to come out. In the next 10 years, where I'm making
take out the run. Just for JD Kids, okay? Take out the run.
No, because it's got to stay with them. We got to stay with the marketing. Got to keep that marketing.
I'm like, hide your kids, hide your wife. That's what I think.
Right, that's what I think of. Run, kids, run.
But look, that'll make people look at it though. He's like, what?
Well, listen, and that's why they not selling to y'all, because y'all are adults with adult thoughts, and y'all went nasty with that when I tried to give y'all something childish and beautiful. But for some reason, that's listen. That's where y'all heads are at, and that's not where toys and merchandise. Yeah, that's not even where they make their money. Like the billions of dollars they make on films is not what they care about. Like all of these companies care more about their merchandise than they do their film money. Like they're gonna get those billions or millions, but at the end of the day, toy sales make way more of a percentage of what keeps companies like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, whatever you call it. Well, not Cartoon Network as much, but Nickelodeon IP,
they were
Disney
way more
IP,
that's why they canceled Static Shock, even though the ratings were high, because it wasn't selling any toys.
That was back in the 90s, though, man. Like kids are not playing with toys anymore.
Y'all,
kids are not playing with toys.
Do y'all who got kids here?
And
then y'all don't let your kids play with toys? Who don't?
Not saying they don't.
Do your kids play with toys, Charlie and Christine?
My daughter plays with a lot of kids.
Okay, kids play with toys. That's a wild ass statement to say that children don't play with toys.
Wait, who said they don't? Who said they don't?
Let me rephrase that.
The kids don't play with toys no more.
Kids don't play with toys as much as they do in the 90s. Let me rephrase. They don't play as much in the 90s. They'd be on their iPad or playing Fortnite. Yeah, they'd be on their iPad or playing Fortnite.
Yeah, that is true though. They don't play.
An iPad is a toy for a kid. An iPad is a toy for a kid. What is it? What else would it be? They're not going through their crypto.
iPad being a toy for a kid when you could do much more than just that. I'm saying traditional toys like action figures, like merchandise. You're saying that's not what kids are like. They might play with them, but they're having way more time on iPads and even
so. I meant merchandise as a whole. Those apps that are related and correlated to Disney, Nickelodeon, all that stuff, those are still toys in the sense of a different way of revenue being passed down to the next generation. Like, I'm just saying, like, not saying that they have only physical toys, obviously. There's physical merchandise, there's toys, there's clothes, there's food, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
It only have to be physical anymore. It don't even have to be physical anymore. They buying a little.
It doesn't have, digital microtransactions. Fortnite is one big toy. Roblox is like one big toy. Video games, you know what I'm saying? Yep. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, and I say this sadly, like I work with some of these companies and I know they're not pitching to me, but they're just sitting back and they want me and my influence and surely yours as well to then create content for your audience to watch. No disrespect. I don't care what them algorithms and back end say in the analytics. All of your followers are not 24 to 36. That is not how it works. Those are little kids making accounts to watch your content. Not every single one, but there's a good portion of it who are watching. And those are all little, like anywhere between 9 to 14. I say that because I remember working with kids and a lot of those kids used to watch YouTubers. And I'd be like, wait, how are you on YouTube? And they're like, oh, dude, I know how to work a computer. I know how to get into my mom's account. Easily watch. Yeah. I'm just saying. That's where the money's at. The money is in the next generation. They are not concerned about how we feel about products, and that's why we get a shitty looking Sonic the Hedgehog, bad Master Chief, whatever the hell else they want to butcher. Last of Us. Ghost in the Shell, Last of Us. It's about money, and it's about trying to pitch it to whoever the fans of Tom Holland is why they're making an Uncharted movie. They're not doing it because they love that video game series. They probably don't even know it. They got Mark Wahlberg as Sully, sure they don't. Like that's enough to tell me that they didn't care.
Like, huh?
Both of them. I was like, what the fuck?
Listen, kids run the world. So listen, when y'all are ready, the audience chat, listen, JD Kids or Run JD Run Junior, whatever we call my channel. Make sure you subscribe because my little son or daughter or whatever they want to identify as are going to be having a great time creating content with old man JD, and it'll be one good old day.
This is my kind of talk. You
also got to be careful with that because isn't with YouTube that I'm not sure if you're talking about doing it on YouTube, but then they do a whole thing with like COPA if you got kids in YouTube, you can't.
We'll also have a TikTok
monetize.
account. Make sure you follow TikTok.com/RunJDRunKids and JD Jr. Whatever
For
it
the
is.
channel,
That's
yeah,
it.
for the channel,
when
you
I
would
get
have to do made for kids. Yeah.
Yeah, when I get too old to want to do this anymore, I'm very much just gonna pass my channel on to like, I guess my son, daughter, whoever, whatever, if they're into that, or it'll just be an archive of content or something like that, or maybe I'll sell it to a company that's producing kids content because that's what a lot of people do when they're done. They sell their channels for like a few 100,000 and be like, all right, well, I'm out.
I better see some million.
Maybe get a million if you got some good.
I was like, my camera's starting to trip, dog.
Oh, it's okay. Shit. Yeah, we'll wrap up.
What's the frame rate? What's the frame rate on this camera? What's happening?
This is like cyberpunk in this motherfucker.
Before or after the update?
Yeah, I don't know. These damn Sony cameras, boy, they be so expensive. Then you be on for like an hour. They're like, nope.
You got to get the right dummy battery. I got a Sony camera.
That's what I need to get a dummy battery. But I don't stream live, so I don't really care. But yeah. This shit, after about a couple hours.
You heard it here first. Charlie doesn't care about the quality of his content, so
I said I don't stream. I said I don't stream. I tell him in a heartbeat. I don't give a fuck. They know me.
On the last point of it, what I'll say is it does suck when, because their focal point is on different things that the content's not, because I'm not saying I want some immaculate, right? But like you at least have, like Dwayne was saying, you at least have Winter Soldier. You could at least be on the level of Winter Soldier, Captain America, the movie, right? Not the show, because the show, unless you go and do the Dora Milaje action, because that was hot, right? But like, at least up the action in it and everything. Oh, hey, Mark. Mark is in the chat. His camera looked like what the Moon Knight sees when he's changing personality. Oh my goodness. Let's just go take him out for a second. Shout out to you, Mark. Who's a friend of the show. Make sure y'all check out Soldier Knows Best.
Yeah.
Awesome tech reviewer.
Hey, no, shout out Soldier though. He cool though.
Yeah, he's super cool. Don't
Soldier, reset that camera, Playboy.
I'm gonna text you.
I already did that shit twice. That shit working. This shit too long.
Okay, don't worry. We ended right now. He's like,
Charlie, like, I know what it is though. It's them car warranty people because they in my shit now. Because I be sitting there talking to them for a while now. That's who it is.
Oh, they got you.
Yeah, I low key. Hey, they see y'all text now too.
Oh
I think I messed up.
Yes, I got a text, and they was like, "Hey," I said, "Who's this?"
Hey,
and then
mine said, "What up, nigga?"
It's Mark from something. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Bro, they sent me one. I ain't gonna care. I was like,
yes,
"What
bro.
the hell?" Oh, this shit getting sick. But I think it's my fault though because I be sitting there talking to them all the way up until you get to the part where it's trying to give them the credit card, then I just get to messing with them. But I think they legit put my name on the list. Like, yeah.
Don't fuck with him. I said
no, fuck with him. I think they put me on the list.
Mess with him. Mess with him more.
I said, what if you get off my phone? That's exactly what
I be getting so many 313 calls too because they know my area code. I'm like, bro, like I know this ain't nobody from Detroit.
That's the thing that sucks when they switch to your area code, especially if I'm waiting for a call and I'm like answering local numbers and then it's one of them. I'm like, take me off your list, please. Take me off your list. Okay.
If it's not in my contacts, I don't answer it. Leave a message.
Yeah, same here.
I know. I normally don't unless I'm waiting like for like a doctor's office. They got to call me back on some results and I'm like answering all the local numbers because they don't use the same number you call. Which please, doctors.
There's an option in your phone as well that'll silence all calls that aren't in your call log.
Yeah, I put that on. Yeah,
I got that. But if you do that, you might miss calls from like something random, whether you're waiting for like a delivery or a call for maybe, if you're working on a project and you don't have a person's number. There's also an app called RoboKiller. I saw another TikTok video about this where it'll answer the phone for you and have a person like a curated like Google voice that starts asking the people who are calling, like, how'd you get this number? What are you doing? Like it turns into like Liam Neeson and Taken, and it starts getting really creepy, and they get like scared and then hang up the phone. I saw a very funny video about it. But yeah,
that's funny.
I might try that. Yeah, but before we go out, we'll start with our guests and then we'll go through the roof. I think Charlie had to go do something really quick. But let the people know where they can find you. First, I do want to say thank you so much for coming on the episode today. It was a fun episode. We got to talk about a lot of things.
There you go. Can you hear me?
So go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, I was letting you know I just turned my camera off. I can still hear you though. I can still hear you.
Okay. So that, so, we'll go ahead and we'll start with our guests. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you, and shout out if you have anything you're working on. Go ahead, JD.
Oh, me? Hey, what's up? Yeah, JD Witherspoon, aka Run JD Run on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Follow me on those two accounts at JD Witherspoon or at Run JD Run. And things that I'm working on, I don't know. I'm doing stand-up comedy, and also I shot a commercial this past week, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say with who. That doesn't matter. I might be on your TV one day. Check it out. That's it.
Okay. And Michael?
You can find me all across the socials, Black Gay Comic Geek, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. I don't really do Facebook anymore, but I'm on Facebook. And what am I working on? Pay attention to my Instagram. This come Monday, you might see me somewhere in LA.
Okay.
At a certain premiere. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. I mean, I pretty much gave it away. It's not like
right. I'm like, what's premieres on Monday?
Or next Monday. Not this.
I feel like I know what it is.
It's not like I can't. It's not like I can't say anything. I'm going to the Doctor Strange red carpet and
that's so cool.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. I'm still trying to get my red carpet fit. So
Mm-hmm.
and then and then
Nice.
also everybody keeps asking me to review Our Flag Means Death on HBO. I just finished it yesterday. And then also another queer show on Netflix called Heartstoppers. So that's going to be the next two things I'm going to review. And then eventually I just saw The Northman the other day. So I got to get that review out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good? Is The Northman good?
The Northman was good. Yeah.
Okay.
It was good.
I've been seeing a lot of ads for it.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, I loved it." I didn't love it, but I really liked it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, for sure. And then Jazz, where can the people find you?
You can find me at you can find me at Jazzy Conscious on YouTube. I had to check really quick. And then _Jazzy Guns on Twitter and Instagram. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Just drink your water, boo. Dwayne, where can the people
You can find me. You find me everywhere: Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, at Dwayne King with a Y, not an I. And as far as anything working on, just chilling. Gonna be playing Fortnite, no build mode tonight. So
okay,
creating that content. That's work.
Yeah.
Right. That is.
Shoot.
And then Charlie, he stepped away, but you can find him Camp Crystal Charlie on YouTube, where he does reacts to horror things. And if you watch any of those videos, any of his videos, they traumatize me. They like legit traumatize me. On one of them, I'm nervous about going to old vacation places. Like it's a lot. You have to. One of them had me scared to walk outside on my grass without shoes. Like it's just they traumatize me. Yeah. You should watch his videos. They will traumatize you. But me, you can find me Christine on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Also, Christine Games, the podcast. You will find the audio version wherever you can listen to podcasts. And we will be back next Monday for some more things to talk about, and then also episode 5 of Moon Knight. And the stream is also on Twitch. I forgot to say that. We are on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Loving it on both. You can find us there, and the PartyChat podcast is also on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. So thank you so much to our guests for coming through. Shout out to the PartyChat crew for being here, and Charlie's chair is great. There he is. Great to see him too. But thank you so much, and we out.
My bad. I thought you heard me by his bathroom.